Ain't nobody got time for that.
From the totally real country of Australia, I bid you all good evening, good morning, or good day, as the case may be, across these many time zones. This is the pre-stream. My name is Thermo, and we're here to talk about the newsy stuff from this week, from Lawtube to Lolcows, from 4chan to Forbes, from Onlyfans to CNN. How's everybody doing this week?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm holiday mode now, so
holiday mode, eh?
Yeah.
Things could be a lot better, I guess.
Well, yes, Dave. All right, let's see. How's the chat doing? Hey, Costy, how you doing, man? No, we are not streaming from Israel. Wink.
But you said yes.
Wink.
I thought we were in Palestine.
Yes.
All
Anyway.
Dead Sea stuff to me.
It's all ancient Greek to me.
Yeah.
Yes, Shabbat Shalom, Tim. Shabbat Shalom. So let's get right into it. So just FYI, we won't be talking about Israel on YouTube. So it'll be a truncated episode on YouTube, but we'll continue on Rumble and Twitch and Kick. Presumably, we'll continue on Twitch until we get banned.
Speed run.
No. So yes, we don't use the T words.
Yeah,
YouTube singer
transgender.
Bono refuses to say Trump's name in interview as the Edge
Trump.
accuses a substantial group of people in America of second guessing the principles of inclusion and and freedom. Like, fuck off. Oh, this is old, man. Which one of you posted this?
It was me.
God
I
damn
think
it.
it was me.
I bet it was Ryan.
Oh,
Why is it always me?
Oh, geez, I don't know, Ryan.
It's Gateway Pundit. Actually, was it me? Because it's Gateway
Maybe.
Pundit. It's not the New York Post. It's a non-zero.
Anyway,
non-zero.
Bono and the Edge. So you two has Trump
Tem.
syndrome.
It was Tem.
It was Tem. Damn it, Tem.
The actual Tem.
Skiyuki says I was here for the ban over on
Yeah, I was here.
on Twitch.
What? You got banned?
We will be.
Oh, we will be. Don't worry.
Well, as whatever the fuck you mean. I was here. I was there.
Congratulations to Ms. Portugal, 2023.
There's a man, baby.
I don't understand it. Did she have a stroke? I mean, like half her faces.
I honestly do not know.
Who posted this shit?
Me.
Should have guessed, but I just wanted to make sure.
Let's not hire them. New York City Public School K-12 recruiter admits she changed her school's hiring practices and will not hire teachers unless they can prove they are anti-racist. So not just not racist, you need to be anti-racist. Or you need to be an auntie who's racist.
So you need to prove a negative?
Yes.
Change. I
Yes,
worked
you
with
do.
a school district in the Bronx, and we redid their recruitment strategies. We do not wait for teachers to come to us. We go out and recruit the brightest and the best. We reframe their interview questions. We have to stop asking questions that do not get at anti-racism or culturally and historically responsiveness. And we redid their the protocols. Once they are coming in for an interview, they need to meet with students. They need to meet with parents. Everybody needs to sign off on this teacher. They need to know that this is a community thing. They need to demo a lesson on anti-racism. Let's stop trying to remediate teachers with racism. Like, let's not hire them. This is not the job for them. This is not a training ground kind of position.
I agree. You shouldn't be teaching. You specifically, lady. You shouldn't be teaching.
Jonathan says Israel can get banned $3 billion annually from the US, and they still get bombed. Well, I do want to point out that you guys spend $800 billion a year on like in the Pentagon, and 19 hajibs with fucking Microsoft Flight Simulator. kind of fucking fucked you up. So
Keep getting beaten.
I'd be sitting down on that one.
Not to mention you keep getting beaten by people in.
We can talk about military spending in certain places once we switch.
Americans lose to Toyota pickups. So
that guerrilla tactic is preem.
Joe Biden blames Elon Musk's takeover of Twitter/X. Stop doing this. Just call it Twitter or call it X. Don't fucking. For people not knowing if the news they're getting on the internet is true or not. Oh man, if I got news for you, that's just been happening long before Elon owned X.
Since the recorders got started.
Why does it keep turning this shit down? I was watching Paulie Frog earlier and he had the same fucking problem. Stop doing that shit.
Done to Twitter, lowering guardrails against misinformation. Does that contribute to it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Look,
it does.
one of the things, as I said to you, when I thought I wasn't going to run, I was going to write a book about the changes taking place. And most of it's directed over the years for these fundamental changes in society by changing technology.
He looks so sad with his lips
in the printing press, changed the way Europeans could talk to one another, all the way to today. Where do people get their news? They go on the internet. They go online. They go, and you have no notion whether it's true or not.
But it's more reliable than what comes out of your mouth.
Well, we need the government to tell us what's true.
Yeah.
What about TV? They say the TV never lies.
To be fair, the TV is rightfully called the idiot box.
Sean says, AKA, he wants government in charge of the internet. That's their new angle. Yeah, absolutely.
Not even a new angle.
They've had just about enough of this freedom thing. That this freedom thing can fuck right off. So, totally unrelated. Elon Musk just stood up the SEC. The excuse, his lawyers had to read Walter Isaacson's Musk biography first. So the SEC is investigating Elon Musk's Twitter investment and eventual takeover, because of course they are. Of course they are. The agency said Musk has failed to sit for an interview regarding the case with various excuses. Musk's
a little bit too late to be investigating the fucking takeover.
Well, the FTC approved it, so tough fucking titties. I fucking hate this shit, man. The SEC
also, it's a
can
private
go
company now as well. Like, it's not publicly listed.
Yeah, it's a private company.
But it still operates in America, has to abide by America.
I don't know. Look, the SEC's...
I'm not suggesting he's done anything wrong. I'm just saying they still have oversight because it's an
American
company.
SEC is the Securities and Exchange Commission. Okay. Their jurisdiction ends when he took it private.
I think that might be.
They don't regulate private companies. Full stop.
It's probably wondering. They're probably looking. Did he do anything wrong when he took it private? Oh no. It's a witch hunt.
He purchased all the shares.
Look, absolutely. He's a wrong thinker. So
yeah, exactly. That's all it is. But he did defy a subpoena.
He took away their most favorite toy.
Yeah.
Stripe faces backlash after payments firm cut off small family business for selling gun accessories amid debanking controversy. Online payments company Stripe is one of Silicon Valley's highest valued firms. Small business owners have claimed their accounts were suddenly terminated. Yo, good morning. Tom Bolo says, yo, good morning, gentlemen. I cannot wait until they finally integrate Rumble Chat, and then I can just bring it up on stream. Silicon Valley payments company Stripe is under fire across the globe after blocking a small family-owned business from using its services. The payment processing company, which is valued at $50 billion, allows merchants to accept credit and debit card transactions online. But Alistair Muir, who runs a country goods retailer in the UK with his wife and son, says his account was recently axed because he sells legal air rifle accessories.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, did you say UK?
Yes.
Yeah, he's fucked. No,
Air rifles are legal in the UK.
I know they're legal, but you're selling guns and you're selling firearms in the UK.
Well,
so you're fucked.
The 60-year-old has
There's
been
no
using
fire
the
in
service.
handguns.
Well, the interesting thing is the Conservative government is talking about debanking now. So it is entirely possible that the UK could end up with some sort of banking statute. So
you knew
selling weapons,
that was going to happen.
You're selling guns. You're selling weapons, whether they use explosive primers or not. You're reselling weaponry in the UK. You're fucked.
Welcome, Baldo.
Even though it's for farming and they need it. Hey, Baldo.
Unless it's Ryu again, pretend no, it's definitely Baldo.
Nice time. It's 10 in disguise. One day we're just going to swap around everyone's avatars.
You motherfuckers.
Halloween.
Yes, and he's not alone. Against the backdrop of rising complaints about organizations debanking customers over political and religious views. The company, which is based in San Francisco and Dublin, Ireland, is facing increased criticism from business owners in the US and UK who claim to have been unfairly targeted. Yeah, because this isn't the first time Stripe has nuked a company's. Sorry, just got distracted by boobs. Damn you, Daily Mail. This isn't the first time. This isn't the first time they've done this shit. They do this shit all the fucking time. Oh, yeah, here you go. Mike Lover, a prominent prepper based in Utah who sells survival equipment as well as online courses, claimed in March to have been cut off for selling weapons, ammunition, and related products.
Yep.
Legal products.
Matter.
So, fuck Stripe, fuck PayPal, fuck MasterCard and Visa card. They can all suck a giant bag of dicks.
Mm-hmm.
Shoplifter sets East Bay store clerk on fire during confrontation. The attack left Siraj with second and third degree burns. Let's watch this news report.
Says he's in incredible
fucking volume.
Brian and Andrea, and this store clerk says that he's used to dealing with shoplifters on a weekly basis, but nothing like this has ever happened. He also said that the shoplifter didn't say a word during their entire confrontation.
Jesus.
Surveillance video captured the moment a man the store clerk said shoplifted 3 times that day, poured lighter fluid on him, and set him on fire. The attack left Siraj with second and third degree burns on his face, neck, chest, and shoulder. He's been hospitalized since last Friday.
It's terrible, you know.
Do you grab a bat?
You know, I'm still in a trauma right now.
The other guy grabbed a bat.
Pain is like, it's like 7, 8, you know, out of 10. And when we clean the wound, it's like, it's over 10.
Siraj, who declined to share his last name, said he's worked as a clerk at Appian Food and Liquor in El Sobrante for about 5 years. On this day, he said his coworker alerted him to the
never stopped spelling it.
Who stole lighter fluid each time. Siraj
Yeah, I don't think it was a white guy.
His coworker grabbed a bat.
Oh, I picked the wrong one. Yeah, I don't think it's a white guy.
He just, you know, splashed those lighter fluid on my face. And I was so scared at that moment, and I don't know like what to do, and just come to stop him, and I don't know, I don't remember. He just lit the fire on me, you know.
The Contra Costa County Sheriff's Office said deputies arrested the suspect, 38-year-old Kendall Burton, a homeless person in El Sobrante. He's facing charges including assault with a deadly weapon, battery, arson, and robbery. He's being held without bail.
I would like to say, like, nobody has to go through this kind of situation. The small stores should have like more like a security or something like that.
Siraj said he needs several surgeries and faces a long road to recovery. His family started an online fundraiser to help with medical bills.
And how is your family holding up, seeing you like this?
Yeah, they all the time they cry, you know, when they come here.
I can imagine how upset they must be.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Making fucking minimum wage. Fucking try to stop a shoplifter. Get set on fire.
Yeah, don't
fucking
do
hell. It's really not worth it. Like, holy shit. Sean says why he didn't do a bank is proof he's a moron. Are you talking about Elon, or are you talking about the homeless person? Elon has in 2 states he has a license for money transfers, to run a money transfer business. And
found Stripe.
If you're talking about the homeless guy, well, he probably would have been shot.
Mm.
Yes,
Probably should still be.
Swing it to knees. Yes. Oh, you were talking about the fire robber.
Oh, okay, cool.
You can't eat banknotes. Money's worthless now. Nobel Prize in Medicine goes to Drew Weissman of US and Hungarian Caitlin Carico for enabling of COVID-19 vaccines. Oh, isn't that nice? So they enabled the development of effective mRNA vaccines.
Yeah, and Obama did actually found world peace. Sure.
Effective. That's an interesting word.
Oh,
God damn it!
Can you put that effectiveness in a percentage?
0.0.
Well, it starts at 99,
greater than
1%, and then slowly goes down to 0 depending on.
I'd say less than 1, between 0 and 1, but it's more than 0, so that counts for something.
Inside the snail girl, fuck this shit, man! I hate the post. Inside the snail girl trend that's taking the workplace by storm. What the fuck is snail girl? A new snail girl trend that prioritizes slowing things down and taking it easier on the job is sweeping Australian workplaces.
So women being lazy.
The idea appears to be the antithesis of the girl boss trend, where instead of fanatically focusing on the grind, one is urged to slow down and be kind to themselves at work.
Treat yourself.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Very bold.
Do the least amount of work over the longest amount of time. Racking
And in Australia, of all places.
Yeah. You know, we've got some of the most productive workers in the world. Our economic productivity is very, very, very high.
Yeah, I don't.
Just in, Biden looks as if he's going to croak after he suddenly lost his train of thought during a press conference. Like, how many times have we fucking seen this?
What?
I hope this experience for the speaker has been one of a personal revelation. I'm not being facetious.
You are.
He's not facetious. He forgot. Yeah, he's not facetious.
Well, he's not being facetious. Yeah, no, he's just forgetting everything.
Just forgets.
God, stop electing fucking septuagenarians. Jesus, no, it's not slowed down. No, your president is.
I'm trying.
Stop electing cripples and septuagenarians. Fuck's sakes.
Stop running.
Moment athletics referee suffers horrific leg break and bleeding after being hit by a stray hammer.
No. I hate watching limbs get broken, and I've seen
it. Competitor at China's Asian Games. Is there actually video? Oh.
Yes.
Is it hit him or is it
officially hit by the hammer throw?
Oh, whoops. Isn't there netting around that whole fucking thing so that doesn't happen?
Yeah.
He must have pushed like. Wait.
It would have been just.
It went underneath.
Yep. Just net.
Yeah.
Yep.
He pushed the netting up.
I think he just said fuck.
Yeah. So the guy's sitting down and it's clipped him in the thigh and broken. It shattered his thigh.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's a fucking potentially lethal injury. Thankfully,
he's lucky it's just a leg. Fucking hell.
No, well, but that shit is lethal. You break potentially.
There's a lot of blood vessels down there.
It's already bleeding, like femoral, because the femoral artery is right around that, right?
Well, the femoral artery is up in the thigh.
Yes, it hit him. It hit him in
the shin. It looks like.
But the coaches didn't it say hit him in the thigh?
Well, I see blood. I see an impact point on his shin, where it's ripped his clothes.
Yeah, I see that because there could have been it's just. I thought because the official was holding his thigh.
Lol. Hey, sorry, I fucking shattered your leg.
Either way, like, yeah.
Oh, he looks so impressed with that photo.
Yeah, I
doesn't he?
know.
He's
He's
like
like,
high as fuck on morphine, man.
What the fuck are you cunts doing here?
Who
Yeah,
is
if he was
this?
high on morphine, he probably.
You broke my fucking leg. I thought it said it hit his thigh. Like, obviously we can see the impact on his leg, but shattered his horrific leg break.
leg was in agony. It doesn't say thigh. It says leg.
Okay, I misread it. Hit by a stray hammer.
And he's applying a tourniquet. That's why. That's why he's holding his thigh.
There's no tourniquet. Yeah, okay, so he's cutting off. He's holding off till they get the tourniquet.
Well,
yeah.
When
I
you don't
see
have
it.
fabric, you use your hands.
I know how to apply a tourniquet. It's but
Yeah,
hit him in the
I mean-
shin. Oh,
very nice. It's very nice.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, that's fucking unlucky.
The official who was sat several feet behind loose netting.
Yeah, it's because
if
it had flown straight towards him, it would have hit the net.
Yeah, it flew up,
but
and
because it
raised-
hit the
yeah.
ground,
it bounced under
it
and lifted the netting up.
skipped under the net and
Yeah.
fucking clipped him.
Yeah.
So Jesus Christ.
Oh,
I wish they'd
track
stop
and
doing
field
this.
mistakes are-
Game of Thrones star Joseph Gad appears in
play?
court on child sex offense charges with girlfriend Mercy Malik more than a year after his arrest.
Who the fuck is Then Wag?
Then Wag.
That was his character's name. Who the fuck
I
was?
think he was I think he was one of the
Eunuchs?
across the border, the wildlings.
So he's not even a star.
I think
he's
he was one of the wildlings.
minor
yeah.
character. Oh my.
Yeah, like minor character, and they're like,
Eat shit. The Lannisters are stars. The Starks are stars.
yes.
Marjorie is a star. You know,
Let me fucking
You're
How many episodes
extra.
was he
a
in?
bit part.
Then Wag.
Not even. No, he's not
let's see.
extra, but a bit part. All right.
Like,
The
A
Then
star
Wag.
is when
American.
you're credited as the
Oh,
show
you-
opens.
Season 4 episode. He was in 3 episodes in season 4.
Bit
Yeah, it's
part.
not a star.
Yeah. Recurring character for one season.
He was in 3 episodes. It's fucking ridiculous.
Did he have any lines?
Well,
Star. Well, I don't know if he was a fucking.
I can't even remember the character.
I have no idea. Like, what the fuck?
It's
That's
half.
not a.
It's season 4, 10 years ago. For fuck off. You're not a star.
But yes, fucking straighten the wood chipper.
Feet first.
Yeah.
So what was he even accused of?
Felony. So he was charged with contact with a minor for sexual offences. He also faces a second charge of felony possession of an assault weapon. Well,
This
I have
is
no
California.
problem with this one.
This is California, so I'm wondering if it's actually any of these are even true.
It was a 5-inch blade instead of a 4-inch blade.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, if he's found guilty, wood chipper. All right.
Well, he vehemently denies the charges.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He's entitled to his
So-
trial, but if he's found guilty, yeah, wood chipper.
if there's evidence,
Maybe not.
So I obviously want to address the absolutely horrific and completely untrue allegations levied against me. And they are 100% categorically wrong and reckless. I've confirmed errors and misleading information in today's press release. I'm fully cooperating police and LAPD to get to the bottom of this. So he says he's not. Says he's innocent. So I guess we'll see. It's California, so he's probably fucked.
It's fucked either way.
I love this story.
Can I just say this? This is the best story of the week.
Yes, I do love this story. So
It's a very good story.
Hang on,
So-
maybe it is California. Maybe it's not as fucked because they're all into child predator anyway.
I don't know. Danny Masterson.
No, it was assault role.
Danny
weapon as
Masterson
well.
just got
Oh, yeah,
put away
nice.
for life or 30 years for rape, like in California.
You're not guilty of the kid sex, but you're going to jail for 40 years for the assault rifle.
Yeah.
Males took over women in tech career conference by registering as non-binary. And who boy are the women mad?
Check.
No,
Mate.
what is a woman?
was taken over by male attendees.
Meaningless term now.
They were there just purely for the career fair.
Social media clips filmed at the Grace Hopper, the world's largest gathering of women technologists, show men standing in line to meet with recruiters.
This is a space for women in tech. This is one of those few limited resources that isn't for you, it's for us.
Some of the male attendees reportedly lied about
quit
being non-binary just to
Exactly.
get in.
Oh, wait a minute. Lied about being non-binary? How fucking dare you? How dare you, sir?
That's offensive to actual
That's-
non-binary people.
That sounds like literal fucking transphobia.
But it's interesting
actually
that
is.
the large majority of the people that actually ended up in the event had name tags with he, him, and have no searchable history of identifying as non-binary.
Oh, so you need
How
a
do you
history
know?
now.
And I
So
and I
there
thought,
are rules, are there? There are
Gender
trans rules.
is on a spectrum, and you can identify as multiple things.
But
That
your
you
name,
choose to
but the
identify.
tag, the
Do we have
tag
to
said
pull up
he,
the
him.
video from fucking what's his name, the astrophysicist? Well,
Neil
in the
deGrasse.
morning I could wake up and feel like a man, and in the afternoon I could
Neil
feel like a
deGrasse
woman,
with Tyson, yeah.
and tomorrow I could Neil deGrasse Tyson. So I thought that's how it worked.
I
Sounds
thought
like
you
gay
identified
fucking
as
to
a
me.
Paula.
Several tech workers defended the men for trying to capitalize on job opportunities not meant for them, saying that the entire concept was wrong.
Let's be
Not
honest,
met.
there is no need for a conference just for women, because if it was the opposite for men, then it would be sexist. Just because you are a woman doesn't give you the right to talk to a big firm recruiter. Guys work just as hard and they don't get that chance.
Well, okay.
I like the
I can
Asian
shorten
chick.
that because it's like,
Woo!
let's
I like
be
it.
honest. There's no need for a conference for women because what is a woman?
Look, there is an absolute dearth of women in tech, and I think it would be good if more women got into tech.
No.
No.
Look, if they enjoy it and they're talented, yeah, absolutely.
No.
If they're talented, they're already.
I
in
don't
there.
like.
You're trying to bring
my
in
teams
the
being
mids.
sausage fests. Like, it's bad enough my show's a fucking sausage fest.
It is.
No, but I've worked with a heap of women in
Did you
tech.
just assume my
Same.
gender?
I did,
But they all,
because I'm a
they're-
bigot.
They're all again, almost
Nice.
all the women I work with are insufferable leftists who inject all that shit into our work.
Yeah,
No,
see, the
I-
last woman I worked with is a Brazilian, and she's not a leftist.
Based. But I work with Australian women, unfortunately.
Yeah, fair enough.
My condolence.
Yeah.
Anyway, the last words of Michael Zack executed this evening in Florida.
Who?
You got the shit
Michael
fucking
Zack's
people.
final statement. 27 years ago, I was an alcoholic and a drug addict. I did things that have hurt a lot of people, not only the victims and their families and friends, but my own family and friends as well. I've woken up every single day since then with remorse and a wish to make my time here on earth mean something more than the worst thing I ever did. When I got to death row, I substituted drugs and alcohol for happiness and positive relationships. I'm so grateful to the guys on the row who took time to teach me how to read and write. They changed my life forever because their love and support allowed me to have pen pals and friends all over the world. John, Susan, Maria, Anna, and David, I treasure you and the unconditional love you have shared with me all these years. The ability to read and write also led me to my beloved wife and soulmate, Anna Kristen. I'll love her for eternity. I make no excuses, I lay no blame, but how I wish I could have a second chance to live out my days in prison and continue to do all I can to make a difference in this world. To all my brothers on death row, please continue to help each other, give each other hope and peace. Keep showing love and acceptance that you showed a hillbilly from Kentucky. To all the lawyers, counselors, social workers, and volunteers who are working so hard to fix the juvenile justice and child welfare system in this country, I hope my story will inspire you to make a difference in a child's life. You have the power to save another child from my fate. Your work is so important, and I love you. To all the drug and alcohol treatment counselors and my family and friends of people who, like me, suffer from addiction, never give up. I hope you understand how much you appreciated and loved. Someone like you could have changed my life 27 years ago when I screamed out for help. To Brother Dale and Susan, God bless you, and thank you for being such a blessing to me. To Linda, Dawn, Stacy, Amanda, and Diane, thank you for everything you've done for me all those years. You fought for me until my last breath, and I love you. And finally, to Governor DeSantis and the Clemency Board, I love you, I forgive you, I pray for you. Michael Zack. He leaves out the fact there's a great fucking note. Michael Zack raped and murdered 2 women, one of which he skinned.
Yes.
Good riddance to bad.
And as I said, I don't think it's as I said, we don't need this person's forgiveness. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's so tragic. Jesus. But what did he do again?
Yeah.
He raped and murdered 2 women, skinning one of them.
No.
So
Didn't he also wear the skin too?
Possibly,
man.
probably. But again, fuck him. He's dead. He should have been killed a lot earlier.
This is the problem. The length of stay on death row is a huge problem. And look,
and that's why the left gets to say, oh, it's more expensive to kill people because you keep them in jail for 30 years instead of just getting the job done.
and look, it's like I like Ron DeSantis, but the death row is going to get a little bit more full.
Yeah.
Florida. So Ron DeSantis, Florida's law allowing death penalty for child rapists is now in effect. The minimum sentence is life in prison without parole. In Florida, anyone who harms children in such a horrific way will never walk free.
Hear, hear.
So, holy shit, is this a confession? This is from when they announced the law. The amount of people not understanding this is going to be used to kill trans and queer people is making me lose my mind.
What an odd thing to say.
Yeah. What an odd thing to say. Fucking Christ. Yeah, give the game away. Another week. Ex-middle school teacher accused of having baby with 17-year-old student charged with rape. That sounds like the 17-year-old student was charged with rape, but it wasn't.
No.
A Louisiana middle school teacher who resigned amid allegations that she gave birth to a 17-year-old student's child was arrested and charged with rape following a 2-year investigation. Morgan Freisch, 33, a former teacher at Low Ranger Middle School.
Wait, is that 17 at the time or 17 now?
Well, middle schoolers don't tend to be 17 years old, so
I'm going to go with 17 now. And you know what? He's probably going to have to pay fucking child support.
Yes, well, he is going to have to pay child support. Yeah.
Hang on, Louisiana.
So Morgan Freisch, a former teacher at Low Ranger Middle School, was booked after surrendering on Tuesday to the Tangipahoa Parish Sheriff's Office. The sheriff said the department is looking into the allegations levied against Freisch, noting they first reached officials 2 years ago.
Yeah.
The
age of consent is 17. So when they had sex, he was probably 16.
I know, Eric. Eric's like, she gave birth to a 17-year-old? Yeah.
No.
These people don't know how to fucking edit.
It sounds like statutory rape. Because, I just quickly looked it up. Louisiana's age of consent is 17. So if they had sex when he was 16, that's statutory rape. And there's no Romeo
if he's
and Juliet
17
laws.
now and it happened 2 years ago, he would have been 15.
I resigned.
Also,
2 years.
She's the teacher at a middle school, not a high school, a middle school.
Well, I don't know the age.
I think
range.
middle school goes to 14.
We don't have middle school in Australia. She get when did the child? When did she have the child?
Middle school is like infant school, like
It's like
primary school.
It's like 5 to 8 or 5 to 7.
Yeah, maybe 5 to 7 or 5 to 8.
Yeah.
But middle school is around a 6 to
Grade. I'm talking grades, not age. Grades. Grade. Yeah, grade. School grade.
8th grade.
So 6 to 8. So it's primary school. We would
Oh,
call it
no.
primary school because
we call most of that high school now.
No, here. So
in the US,
to the Australians who are like, no, it's not primary school. It is. Infant school is separate from primary school, but they're in the same campus.
High school starts at grade 7 in Australia.
Yeah, but I'm saying infant school is like K to 4. Primary school is 5 and 6.
We're talking.
Okay, I've never had it separated like that.
Well,
yeah, we don't.
No.
Infant school's not a thing in Queensland anyway. So
here it is.
Not in Queensland.
Yeah,
you
Never
bloody
heard that
backwards.
before.
we just have prep.
Okay,
Prep
yes.
to
Yuki
6.
says that middle school is 6th to 8th grade. So
Yeah, the most around a 17-year-old who boy was fathering. So when was the child born? That's
well, she gave birth to a student. So it was first reported 2 years ago.
okay. Yeah, so the boy would have been
So
14,
he would have
15
been
when they had sex.
14, 15 when she fucked him.
Yeah. It's a blanket.
This is
a blanket. 17 is the line.
Jesus Christ.
She's 33 now, so she was 31 at the time.
Stop it. Get
Wait,
some help.
go back up to her picture. There.
Can fix her?
Can fix her.
Tem can.
I believe in Tem.
Maybe Baldo can fix it too.
Oh, I'd fix it with a bat.
Swiss LGBTQ groups praised jail sentence for commentator who called journalist a fat lesbian.
Is she a fat lesbian though?
Yes.
Well,
I think she looks like a fat lesbian.
You're a fat koala.
Yes.
Well, no.
Writer and commentator Elaine Sorrell lashed out at a journalist, Catherine Mackerel, in a Facebook video 2 years ago, calling her a fat lesbian who was unhinged. So he was sentenced to jail for 60 days for calling a woman a calling her a fat lesbian.
Oh man, I'd wear those 60 days with pride.
We don't know what's worse in that offense. Was it the fat part or the?
Lesbian? I'd say the lesbian part was the worst part. So the Lausanne court sentenced French-Swiss polemicist Alain Bonnet, who goes by Elaine Sorrell, for the crimes of defamation, discrimination, and incitement to hatred on Monday. He was ordered to pay legal fees and fines totaling thousands of Swiss francs, in addition to time behind bars. Sorrell lashed out at Catherine Mackerel, a journalist for Swiss newspaper Tribune de Geneva, and 24 Hours in a Facebook video 2 years ago. He called her a fat lesbian and said Mackerel's work as a queer activist meant she was unhinged.
Based as fuck.
Yeah, Switzerland's fucking retarded.
Unfortunately.
People have been having fun with Bing's new AI image generation. So this Norman Rockwell paints modern America. I thought these were fucking fantastic.
Yes. This is great.
Like, these are amazing.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Like,
oh man,
these are fucking just hit the mark. So well.
So good.
Like,
hey, stop doxing me.
So well.
One of those pictures is a personal attack.
Which one? Oh, this one. That one.
That one's
this
great.
This one.
That one.
It's this one.
That one fucking. Oh Jesus. That one's way too close to home for California. That is fucking brilliant. Like, that is just gold.
Woman. It's an upstanding, fine woman. I thought that was the joke of that image. The dude, isn't it? He's winning the women's.
The joke in this one is the
previous one.
The him. Oh.
The previous one. I think.
Because it's like
I must be like a second.
The little girl is crying because
or she's so happy. I can't tell.
No, it's because one of the women is standing on the pool thing.
Stunning and brave.
No, that was Jesus.
And they're on their way to the FEMA camps.
The Chad.
Damn FEMA camps.
That's just fucking brilliant. That's
putting the
absolutely amazing. So, I'm pretty sure they've nuked them already. Like, you can't do it anymore. I tried to generate some the other day, and Bing just said, "I'm sorry, I can't do that." And I was like, and it warns you now. It threatens you. It's like, oh, if you keep trying, like, you'll be banned. I'm like, whoa, hold on.
Nothing of value was lost. You shit.
Well, if I want to use a fucking search engine, yeah. You're banned from a search engine. Compact 565 square foot West Hollywood tiny house sells for a staggering $1 million. A state's median home price hits $959,000. Let's have a look at this tiny home. Oh, it's on Zillow. Do they have the address? West Hollywood. They don't have the address. That's all right.
Yeah, but who appraised it?
We'll get to that later. Doesn't matter. It's worth what someone pays for it.
It's on.
It's not a bad house.
Yeah.
565 square foot. That's not bad. The median listing in August, the median listing for a home in Los Angeles is $1.2 million. Oy vey.
Yep.
Oy vey.
Yep.
Does everybody remember this based fucking kid?
Yes.
Yeah, This is the kid who like was totally sober and was arrested by the cops. He's like, I'm gonna blow a .00, but yeah, I'll take your test. That's fine. He's like, no, we'll go on to the station. And then he shamed the cop.
Came back in afterwards and shat all over him.
Yeah, shat all over him.
Brilliant.
Posted the video online. Police officers in Ohio are suing a teenager for defamation and invasion of privacy after they wrongfully arrested him for a DUI when he wasn't intoxicated or showing any signs of drug or alcohol use. Then the 19-year-old posted the footage of the incident to YouTube.
Where's potential criminal?
Here's the full video. These fascist cops are suing over. I think potentially criminal went over it at the time.
You know what he did? Contempt of cop.
Yeah. Dude, that's an arrestable offense in most countries. Contempt of cop.
Yep. It's ridiculous.
And if you can prove contempt of cop, and that was the reason for your arrest, they should be fired for that. So yes, they're suing this kid. I hope he has a GoFundMe set up. So
is it the same cops that are suing
it's
Afro
the
Man?
No, that one's retarded. I remember that one. Fucking hell! Oh, it made us look stupid on video. So exclusive Brownstone shared housing San Francisco sleeping pod complex received surprise visit from city inspectors over possible code violations. So,
really?
We covered this as like ridiculous shared live-in pods and shit.
They're not bad when you have
No, they're
to
not
do
bad.
No, it's a
Who
lot
wouldn't want to
cheaper.
live in? Who wouldn't want to live in a fucking shoebox?
Hey, it's a lot cheaper. It's $20 a day.
I'm pretty sure it's a fire hazard.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue is that there's fire codes and there's building
and
structural
it's not
codes.
licensed. It's not licensed. This is the problem.
But
You're
Japan,
in California.
That's the joke is. But Japan, that's pretty common.
Yeah, no, I know I absolutely know it's common. My daughter is in Japan right now, and her first night in Japan, her and her boyfriend spent in a pod hotel.
Yeah.
But they're solo pods, so
Yeah.
And they're probably designed and rated for pods. Whereas these are probably just normal houses or buildings that aren't rated for that amount of people and that weight and all that stuff. That's the biggest issue. Is
1 sec.
Well, it's okay.
Baldo, you can continue.
Sorry. Yeah, that's the biggest issue. Is that you're gonna have 50 people in a room that's designed to have 5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
And then, oh no, 1,000 people died in the pod because the building collapsed. It's like,
exactly. That's the thing. It's not just fire codes; it's also earthquake safety and whatnot.
Yep.
That's all everywhere in California, not just in Southern California. It has to be earthquake rated as well.
And also the question of how were these pods created, because they look like to just steel frame. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
It doesn't look like much. It basically looks like a little bit more than like bunk bed, construction.
I've always thought about
like erector set.
Yeah, I thought about 2x4s. Wait, is that an eviction notice for one of the pods?
It would basically
notice
be
of
for all
violation,
of
Department of
them
Building Inspection, violation. Can't zoom in.
Evicted from the
So
building.
the following, the crew, the Conans were left anxiously waiting.
Yeah.
The following day, the city posted a notice of violation at the entrance, citing them for work without permit and unsafe building for installing 30 sleeping pods. So the city found out about it and then hit them up with a code violation.
Yep. And it'll be deemed unsafe to live in. So
they were also cited for lesser offenses, including replacing a toilet with a shower stall in the basement without the necessary permit. So they got rid of the funky bidets by the sound of it. They were given 30 days to file an application for the change of use, 60 days to obtain that permit, and 90 days to complete any required work to gain compliance. Otherwise, it would be shut down. The complex is already near capacity with 28 of the 30 pods full. The units rent for $700 a month.
Yep.
The pod.
Yeah,
The pod is $700 a month.
Yeah, to sleep there.
It's not a hotel pod.
It's not a
These
capsule.
are
No, it's not a capsule hotel.
living pods.
You're renting
but
it.
you're-
Yes, I've said it before. That's it's ridiculous. You get something about the size of a small walk-in closet in L.A. or California. It'll run you like $1,500.
What I pay for a 2-bedroom
if you have
flat, basically.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, and that was like 20 years
Oh
ago.
yeah,
Right.
there's no way I could ever move to California.
If at capacity, they're raking over 20 grand a month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's. Will own
Sorry
nothing
about that.
and will be-
I had a phone call. I don't normally answer phone calls during the show, but my brother seldom calls me.
Oh yeah,
So
sounds probably urgent.
I was like, no, I have to answer.
It's all good.
All good. We can vamp. We good.
So no, that's good. Yeah. So fucking San Francisco.
But we just kept
So I
reading
wonder
the
how
article.
much. I wonder how much the apartment or wherever they are costs them.
So 20.
It looks
So
like
these rent for $700 a month. There's
Yeah.
20. There's 30 pods.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's $21,000 a month they get. I wonder
Yeah,
how
there's
much.
no
the
way that
is.
building costs them $21,000 a month.
Betcha it used to be a commercial
Yeah,
I bet
space.
it.
Well, Look at the ceilings.
Hey, let's scroll up again. Scroll. It looks like a
scroll up to,
it looks like a
overview.
renovated massage parlor.
No, scroll down. You got a better shot at the ceilings.
Yeah, this sounds like an old massage parlor. Just with the curtains and the ceilings.
or
There we
maybe
go.
That's no, you're right. That's
Residential
commercial.
Residential doesn't have
Totally a
That's-
commercial building.
Yeah, that's commercial.
Drop
That's a
ceilings
false
like that.
ceiling.
yeah.
Your UV halos that's on the
Yeah.
top. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a commercial building. That'll be
Mhm.
why they're getting fucking violated.
I have
Oh,
I
totally.
have no
Because they didn't have the
I
right
have no
permits.
clue.
It was all permits, and they like we looked further. They replaced the toilet with a shower stall without a permit.
Oh, Jesus
So they
Christ.
yeah. So San Francisco's hitting them for everything.
Whereabouts?
And it's
Yeah, how
coded
do you
for
know what a
commercial and
massage
not
parlor looks like?
Have you not
Pretty
been to just a normal mall, like not a dirty massage, not
No.
like a legit massage place, like the ones you see at the big shopping centers? Just go in, swipe your healthcare card. Like
Yeah.
they're
With
just,
the happy
they're just
ending
beds
God,
Give you a
separated
rub
by
down.
no,
That's
not
what
those
it looks
ones.
like
No,
with
the
a
legit
happy
proper
ending God.
massages.
Yeah, I
They're-
understand
yeah,
now
yeah,
how you understand.
Like
Tombolo says I always check hotels for fire exits, and crowded hotels are just as dangerous.
yeah,
Because crowds
Yeah.
trying to all escape at once. Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
but yeah, like it looks like because I just see that I see curtains
Massage.
and walls separated by curtains.
A
And
hand
that's
job
exact-
is a massage.
Yeah.
Look, there are
It's a fun massage.
There are places
with a
that
messy
will
end.
offer that, but I'm talking about the ones at your big shopping centers, the ones the ones where you see 2 or 3 of them in the same shopping center.
You can get a hand job there.
I've never been offered one. I don't think
He's not asking the right question.
probably not, but they're all
Uh,
beds. They're beds separated by curtains, right?
Want to be an influencer? There's now a college degree for that.
Of course there is. So you can go spend $80,000 to never make that back when you become an influencer.
So
Good
anyone
job.
can be an influencer now. The luck of the algorithm be damned. In a first of its kind college major will now teach spotlight hopefuls the art of influencing and content creation in just 3 years.
All
Wait,
right,
hold-
more
hold up,
useless
hold up,
degrees.
hold up,
Shit.
hold up, scroll up for a bit. These are very Irish people.
What are you saying,
Wow.
Tim?
Wow.
I'm saying they don't look like Irish.
This
travelers
guy's
at
been
all.
this guy's family's been in Ireland since the potato famine.
I'm saying these are not my people. Maybe the blonde.
I
is.
don't know. It sounds kind of racist.
The blonde, but I'm of Irish descent, so these are my people. Well, they're meant to be my
Are
people.
you?
Yes, I am. I'm of Irish descent.
Partially.
Partially, yeah. One side of my family, because my last name is a Mick or a Mac, right? I'm one of them. I've got Irish and
It's the
Scots.
bottom
and
side of his family.
It's probably like I'm half.
Well, ain't it
Black
top?
Irish, yeah.
No, I'm not a top really. No. Yeah, the Black Irish. Yeah, he is like the demo man. No, demo man is Scottish. No.
The Catch, the uniquely Gen Z program, is only available at Southeast Technology University in Carlo Island. The college already offered Digital Hustle, a summer crash course taught by viral TikTokers and field experts for the last 2 years. But it couldn't adequately cover the many facets of the industry like an undergrad degree could. I'm sorry.
What?
Gen Zers, if you're out there getting a fucking degree in influencing, no.
Give me the money.
No.
Biggest
just take your money, put it on black, and leave.
No, give it to Thermo.
Well, give it to me. I mean,
this would be something more in line for us boomers who don't know how to do this stuff.
Boomer, Dave.
Anyone born in this, well, but you know what I mean.
The boomer mindset.
Old.
The money. Give me the money.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Look,
Difference
people are
between
so
a
easily
boomer-
scammed.
There's a difference between a baby boomer and a boomer. A baby boomer describes
the generation.
The generation. A boomer is someone who is inept at technology.
Yes.
So if you call someone a boomer, it doesn't mean you're calling them, saying that they're of a certain generation. You're saying that they're a Luddite. It's like just saying, "Oh, shut up, you're Luddite."
Yeah, should we just bring back the term?
You're saying learn the code.
It's a Bachelor of Arts degree.
Of course.
With a major in influencing.
Yeah, it's a BA. It's a Bachelor of Attendance. What, you guys never heard that?
Yes.
I didn't go to college.
BA is a Bachelor.
Or university.
Anyway. How AI threatens to make traditional college degrees obsolete. Experts. Totally unrelated. Because the gold standard of bachelor's degrees is in peril as artificial intelligence rapidly advances and employers seek workers who are well versed in that technology. So not a digital hustle degree.
Do you want to hear a funny? Is
Always
learn
if
the
you
prompt.
can get it through if you can go through an AI like ChatGPT, you can actually write your fucking your college papers that way because it's not going to trigger the plagiarism software.
But they tried, didn't they try running papers through running students' assignments through ChatGPT to detect if it was AI written?
Yeah,
yes,
but
they did.
ChatGPT says
reliable.
yes. I always like.
Yes, it's not
It
reliable.
always answers in the affirmative. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've tried. I think we were talking about that before. Actually.
There was a story about a college professor who ran all of their assignments through ChatGPT. It just asked it, "Did you write this?" And it said, "Yeah, it looks like something I'd write."
Yeah, and
for
he failed them
everything.
all. And he failed them all.
And he
for
failed
us.
them all. Yeah. And they were like, "This is bullshit. We didn't use AI."
Yeah.
Tom Bowler says, "I doubt if a BA actually requires attendance." Yeah, that's fair. So yes, your bachelor's degrees are worthless, but you already knew that. SoftBank CEO
it got me my
Miyoshi-san-
job, so not entirely.
Miyoshi-san expects AI will surpass human intelligence within 10 years.
X a doubt.
I'm sorry, it's already there. Yeah. How many people have you met? Like this.
I was about ready to say.
Shooting at mall in Thailand, capital Bangkok, leaves at least 2 dead. 14-year-old suspect held.
Ugh, I'm scared.
That now, wow.
Yeah.
Probably Mal.
I mean, he's been quiet.
I'm going to be there next week, so interesting.
I think this actually resulted in a crackdown on like one of the mayors or the deputy ministers or something for regional affairs was like, "That's it. We're suspending all gun licenses." And it's like, what? Like they've already got incredibly strong gun
it's just
laws.
very. It's in Bangkok particularly, not really. In the more south of Thailand, yes, because there's often regional conflict and civil unrest down there. I'm just Googling very quickly.
Bazza says, at some point AI is going to get pissed off that everybody keeps talking about it like it's not in the room.
Yeah, I'm sure that 14-year-old's going to hand in their license that they got.
Stabby says, "Good luck getting an AI to send you $150 for shipping because you won something."
Yeah.
Imagine falling for that.
Apparently, it's like 1 in 10. I'm only going by Wikipedia. Wikipedia says about 1 in 10 people in Thailand legally own a gun. There are more than 6 million registered
That's a-
guns in a
that's a
country
lot.
that's about Australia's ownership rate. 1 in 10 people. So like one gun. Oh, again, this is Wikipedia.
One
They
gun
said-
shared amongst 10 people.
Oh, that's not how Wikipedia owns it. It says they said 1 in 10 people own a gun. Not that there's one gun per 10 people. They're two different things. But there are more than 6 million registered guns in a country with a population of 66 million. So yeah, I mean, very different to America. Small uncertainty. I don't know what they can actually own though. I haven't looked into it.
Those are rookie numbers, AJ.
They are rookie
Step it up.
numbers. Yeah. New York Times did an article a few years ago. I'm not going to put it through the paywall. Thailand's gun laws. Guns are rampant even in Thailand, even if mass shootings aren't.
Well,
why
one thing
yeah,
you don't have you won't have to worry about going to Thailand that you will have to worry about when you go to the US.
Gangs.
Pirates.
Oh, true.
So pirates are stealing and sinking boats in San Francisco. Residents say that not only are they having to worry about the safety on the streets of the bay, but now in the actual bay itself. The situation has become so bad that police are warning San Francisco and Oakland residents about growing pirate attacks where an influx of homeless people and criminals are attacking boats docked across the various marinas.
Oh, that is right. He would have to deal with checking the lady boys because they're both in California too, aren't they?
I'm not going to San Francisco. I'm staying right in Torrance, basically.
Sounds like California.
It's still I know. I'm coping. I'm coping. But yeah, ahoy ye pirates.
Sounds like California has too many Haitians and.
Look at me. I am the captain now.
I do miss that series.
But yes, the open shoreline of...
Do you think that's Straw Hat Luffy's ship?
Yes. I mean,
it's a pretty cool ship.
Give them time to put the One Piece flag up there, the Straw Hat flag up there.
But yes, apparently the shoreline of Oakland Alameda estuary is littered with sunken wrecks and derelict end of life vessels. So there was a story about one guy waking up and having been cast adrift, and had to call out for help. So sad. I wish they'd leave this fucking guy alone. The Colorado Supreme Court will hear a case involving a transgender woman who sued a Colorado baker after he refused to make a pink and blue cake to celebrate her birthday and her gender transition. And yes, it's the same baker at the same shop every fucking
they found their target. They found someone to pick on, and they're until he puts a bullet in his head.
Christina Pushaw says, "Go to another bakery. It's Colorado, not Saudi Arabia. There are plenty of liberal bakery owners who will make you a cake to celebrate whatever you want. Stop harassing people of faith. Stop harassing just this one guy in particular."
You got to stop having faith is what they really want.
If they keep if you keep taking this up, this is going to end up at SCOTUS, and they're just going to fucking smack the shit out of Colorado.
Well, it might actually
SCOTUS will just establish an actual fucking right to tell trans people to fuck off.
Well,
it might actually go. It might actually go a different way, and a new killdozer situation happens.
I'm surprised this guy had this guy is a fucking hero. The fact that he hasn't fucking absolutely lost his mind really says a lot about his fortitude. Jesus Christ. So, Martina,
how many cases have been put up against that baker?
So this is the third from memory. So the first one.
This is the third.
This is the third one. Yeah. This is absolutely the third. It's been 11 years
since the first one. Yeah.
Since the first one, it hasn't stopped. It literally hasn't stopped. He has not had 1 year of peace.
Do we know what happened to the other cases?
They were thrown out. They were vacated. They were thrown out. They were kicked back to like to lower courts.
Didn't they win like a? Didn't they win one?
I don't think
case
they've won
against one
any.
of the colleges or whatever.
Like at the end of the day, I don't think they've won any. But the Supreme Court just said, no, that's not a thing. Fuck off.
Yeah.
So they didn't establish any precedent.
They just said,
so
as per the community note, they just said, yeah, the state violated his right to free expression.
Yeah. So Martina Navratilova slams the pathetic parody of women after Interior Secretary Deb Haaland posts video with drag queen Patagonia. Oh, I get it. Patagonia. You get it? You get it, guys? Patagonia.
Oh, ha, ha, Patagonia. Ha, ha, ha.
Nope.
I'm going to turn off the music because...
Who?
Patagonia.
I don't get it.
Gonorrhea?
Patagonia. Patagonia is...
He gets it. His sarcasm is just far too dry to detect.
No, I actually don't understand it.
It's undetectable.
Yeah,
I don't get the reference.
I think it's because queer rights are more under attack than ever. And I think if we don't acknowledge the past, we're bound to repeat it. So
he thinks he's the Jews. He does. They do. They think they're the fucking Jews.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Because everything's a Holocaust. Everything's a genocide.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
You don't know what Patagonia?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's an outdoor clothing company.
It's a
I don't know what Patagonia is.
Yeah, it's an outlaw clothing company. Outdoor, not outlaw. Though an outlaw clothing company would be pretty cool. German far-right party leader has been taken to hospital from an election rally. The leader of the far-right
AfD.
AfD. It's Alternative for Deutschland. Party was given medical treatment and taken to hospital shortly before he was due to speak at an election rally in Bavaria. Ooh, Bavaria. Schnitzel.
Bavarian beer gardens.
Dude, I'd love to spend the afternoon at Bavarian Beer House.
Yup.
Fucking
might be where I go next. Yeah.
Strawberry, just knocking back some strawberry lime ciders.
I think that might be my next vacation. Is to Germany.
Having some pork knuckle,
German berries,
some pork knuckle and some sauerkraut. Oh.
I hate the leftists. I hate the leftism of Germany, but their food and everything is legendary as far as I know.
Well, they did try the fascism part for a while.
They did.
It was expensive for us. So.
In the bakery that they.
I really don't want to be invading Europe again.
No.
Anyway, drunken dental receptionist who groped schoolboy 13 told him she wanted to ride him till morning before exposing herself and waking up remembering nothing. After a white wine binge, is spared jail. Holy shit, Daily Mail. What? Can I buy a fucking comma? A dental receptionist sexually assaulted a 13-year-old boy after she began chatting him up at random following a white wine binge. Jade Berry, 27, was staggering through Rivacre Valley County Park in Ellesmere Port, Cheshire, at 9 p.m. when she accosted the child as he sat on a woodland bench. On a lovely woodland bench. Fucking hell. I think I made this joke with fucking Cool Frog the other day. Talking with a friend about his forthcoming 14th birthday. Barry sat between the two boys and began stroking the 13-year-old's genitals over his clothes before offering him sex and saying she would ride you till morning. As the shocked youngster and his friend got up to leave, she pulled her trousers and exposed herself before passing out in a drunken stupor.
But it's okay.
Two boys took videos of Berry before getting up to leave. She was identified after leaving her bank card and phone on the bench.
God.
I just want to point out, this was at 9 p.m. She was that fucking plastered at 9 p.m. All right, chat. I'm going to need a would or wouldn't.
Better
than I wouldn't.
Better than pearly things.
Well, you prefer men, Roy, so I understand. Here's another photo. Obviously, before she was criminally charged with molesting a child.
That was going to be that's wood. But then I saw the above one, and I'm like, I mean, she looks like she's curvy.
Definitely use that face for target practice.
How is her head? How is her head changing shape like
What do you
that?
mean? It's
Filters.
called
Angles.
It's called angles. Instagrangles.
Angles, filters, all that fun stuff.
But yes, when interviewed by police, Berry exclaimed, "Oh my God, I do not recall anything," but was later picked out by the boy at an identity parade. The 13-year-old, who has ADHD, said he was so traumatized by the encounter that he tried to take his own life. I'm sorry.
Interesting.
What are we doing to kids these days? That like to young boys that makes that the like, oh, it was so traumatizing. She groped me.
Participation
Offered to bang me, and when I walked away, she flashed her cooch at me, and then passed out. An identity parade is a lineup, so it's like a pride parade, but with criminals.
Isn't that the same thing?
I think the problem is that it's not that we're pussifying boys; it's that this young boy was sexually assaulted.
Well, yes, he was sexually assaulted. But
and 13's way too.
Yeah.
It's
no,
too
well, he was almost 14. So
it's still too young to actually
Too
understand
young.
what's going on.
yeah. At Chester Camp, she was significantly punished. She got 12 months in jail, suspended for 18 months, and she's been ordered to wear a sobriety tag for 120 days.
Oh my God.
So.
Oh yeah.
So
She's too pretty to
pussy
punish.
pass in full effect.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. After a drink or two, maybe. Not
Tim's still like
not
Tim's
to the
still
point
like,
of
yeah.
inebriation.
Wow.
Yeah,
Still debating, are we, Tim?
Look, she's
I
lucky.
don't think
it looks
Tim's in
Dude,
her
hang on.
age
Look,
range.
I just
Look,
want
she-
to point out, like, we'll go back to the.
She satisfies the rule.
We'll go back to the events. So she was fucking pass out drunk.
Yeah, no, that's a
at
no.
9 p.m.
Yeah,
in
no.
a park,
that's-
passed out on a bench.
No.
These boys won't move. Like, if these were change 13 to 18, and the boys are in prison.
Yeah.
Like the boys are in the dock.
Mm-hmm.
It's a double standard.
Like because it would have been these two boys banged me. Like I was raped.
I was too drunk to.
I was too drunk to consent. Yeah.
But as far as the picture goes, she's just as good looking as Pearly Things. So
No, she's better looking than.
She's
Hannah.
better looking than
just
Pearl.
Pearly Things.
Look, she satisfies the rule that her hips are wider than her waist, right? So she's not, she looks like a woman. A bit thick, but that's not a problem, right?
Fallen says internet access, and I was jerking it back at 12, so he knew what was going on. Look, honestly, I'm told every day that kids are like on the internet surfing porn, so at younger and younger ages. So I don't know. I think the kid might be special.
Well, yeah, I think undiagnosed.
Depends on the child, I guess. Nick Valdo Ricardo.
Jesus.
No, that wasn't a Nick quote. That was a Saigon quote.
Oh yeah. Oh.
That takes me.
Who was that left? So Fallen says, who was that leftist grifter that went right? Lacey Green, I think.
Yeah,
Lacey Green didn't go right. She's sort of like walked
She
away
left
from-
the left.
Left the left, yeah.
No, she stayed where she
100%
was. The
would
left
Lacey
left her.
Green though.
Have you? Maybe.
Back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, I only
Back in the
remember back in the day. So back in the day, yeah.
That made me fucking have to.
Yeah, bring it up.
Research purposes.
Oh yeah. Now
A
I
today
know who it
photo,
is.
not a 10 years ago photo.
All right.
She kind of
Glasses stay on because they have to,
Mars
unfortunately.
girl.
Well,
Yeah,
something's
she
got
went
to
the way of
protect our
Mars
eyes.
girl.
Oh, shit. Jesus Christ.
This is from 4 years ago. I guess she's dropped off the planet. So, anyway.
I guess I would.
Back to Klaus Schwab wanting to take your car. The fuck was that noise?
No clue.
I will have. We meet for the 20th. I hope I will have the pleasure still to be invited for the meeting when we meet for the 20th Governance Summit. You will use the
I
app
can't see that eagle
like Uber,
without thinking.
but not anymore to call some driver, but automatically guided car, a self-driven car, will come to your hotel or wherever you are and will bring you to the airport. No, Los Angeles is one of the cities with the heaviest traffic, who told me in 2030 Los Angeles will be private car driven free. And this will allow to transform highways into parks and other public spheres. We meet for
Oh, well, yes, that's a great idea. We'll turn all the highways into parks, and that way you'll be able to walk along the highways to your 15-minute city. As long as you don't travel too far.
Hope your 15-minute city is next to an airport.
And look, once in a lifetime, you'll be like once or maybe twice in a lifetime, you'll be able to use one of your flight credits to travel to another country and visit people and experience their way of life in their 15-minute city.
In what LA citizen or businessman is he talking to?
Well, actually, all of them,
He's not
because
talking
most of them don't have cars.
No. But like in the audience, it all looks like
Arabs.
you know. Well,
It's all Arabs.
Arabs. They're all
Because that's
Arabs.
where he is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's what I'm
the
saying.
Los Angeles aren't going
And
to.
Los Angelinos.
Whatever. Those faggots. They aren't going to care because most of them don't have cars anyway.
Yeah. AJ says highways into parks. Huh? Self-driving cars still need somewhere to drive. Yes. Fucking ridiculous.
Well, at that point, you want all the individual cities isolated in their own basically city
15-minute
states.
cities, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want a highway.
Mega City
connecting all
1,
those
Mega City 2,
15-minute cities.
Mega City 3.
What's a 15-minute city?
15-minute cities are small areas where you can travel across the entire thing in 15 minutes using a low emission transport, whether it's a bus or a light rail or something like that.
Oh,
You know, it's good for the environment and it'll have
Yep.
everything you need. You work there, you live there, like you dine there, you shop there. You never have to travel outside of your 15-minute city.
You die
It's kind
there.
of like some sort of concentration facility where you can all be focused in one place. Kind of like a camp.
Oh,
We call them focus camps.
sounds good.
More like ghettos.
In the ghetto.
Need to get here.
On a cold and gray Chicago. Brianna Penix, 30, is fired from her job after Daily Mail exposed her as the train Karen who drunkenly told German tourists in New York City to get the fuck out of my country. I don't know why she's racist
Sounds
against
like a
Germans. This is her. I would.
Probably a Democrat.
Would. She can't hold a liquor though.
Well, I mean,
And she
she's
gets
cheap,
racist,
eh?
and she gets racist when she drinks.
I think she's
It's,
telling the Aryan Chads to get out of my country.
You say that like that's a bad thing, Termo.
She's racist when she's drunk. Exactly. I want her racist when she's sober.
No, just give her a can, and all of a sudden, it's fun time.
Here you go, doll. Skull this.
I like those dimples though. Those are pretty simple.
Bitch, get out of my face.
Breathe. Breathe. Do not do this.
Breeze, do not do this. Breeze, do not do this. You're gonna get arrested. I can handle my own. Breeze.
No,
Oh,
you
lady,
can't.
you cannot.
You cannot.
Breeze.
Lucky he's not putting hands on you.
Which again,
The boyfriend, like this. I saw someone tweeted this video out, like, and replied, and was like, the boyfriend has the patience of a saint.
Listen to me right now. He's not doing anything.
He's trying to reason with her,
Listen to me right now.
and I feel so bad for him.
Listen to me. He's not. Listen. He's not. He was not talking to you. Listen to me.
I remember shit when we shut up.
Listen to me right now.
Train security? Bus security?
I think it's a train.
Do not do this. He didn't say anything. He did not say anything. He's having a personal conversation in place. He did not say anything. Please listen to me right now.
We need to just deal with these people the same way Kane deals with people.
It's definitely a boyfriend.
Do not say that. Do not say that.
Daisy Law.
That's so dark.
Daisy just posts peach and eyes.
So I'm an immigrant. You know I'm an immigrant too. You know that, right? Yeah, but that's just not right.
What did she say? Yeah, but...
Yeah, but that's so dark. So I'm an immigrant. You know I'm an immigrant too. You know that, right? Yeah, but that's just not right.
I can't make up.
Something like Irish?
So I'm an immigrant. You know I'm an immigrant too. You know that, right?
Oh, God damn it.
So I'm an immigrant. You know I'm an immigrant too. You know that, right? Yeah, but that's just not right.
Yeah, I can't make out what she said.
Sit drunk.
Anyway, super drunk.
There are some cases that it's hard to not advocate for shock collars.
But yes, she's
Shock
a
caller or shock?
She's a recruitment
Shock collar.
specialist.
Shock
She worked for
collar.
a talent acquisition. She was a senior talent acquisition specialist at Capital RX, specializing in technology recruiting. According to her now deleted LinkedIn page, she has since been fired from her position after Capital RX said they acted immediately and terminated the employee. I don't know what this has to do with her work as a fucking talent acquisition specialist at Capital RX. No one would know but for her being doxxed by the fucking Daily Mail. But whatever.
It's all part of everyone's employment contracts now. Don't make the company look bad.
Yeah, I know.
It's all pharmacy benefit thing.
You get punished for your off-platform behavior, or in this case, employment behavior.
Well, she can always start on OnlyFans. So, there you go. She's already.
I don't know.
Oh, she's married, so it wasn't a boyfriend; it was a husband. So,
but yeah.
Nice
view,
selection
Daily
of
Mail.
stills, Daily Mail.
The Karen is seen towering over a group of
fine Aryan men.
That's what the caption said. The quote Karen
yes,
is seen
investigative
towering.
journalism. Yeah, investigating her ass.
Hold up. The Karen is seen towering over a. Sorry, I just want to see the peach again.
I could eat a peach for hours.
There we go.
Yes, nice childbearing hips. Yes, preacher.
The quote Karen is seen towering over a group of tourists as they chat among themselves in their seats.
There's her graduation. All for naught. Because now she's unemployable.
Active on social media. I guess she totally has to have an OnlyFans.
If she doesn't. She would have to now. Like, I mean, what else are you going to do?
She'll have to have it now.
Toxic femininity, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Why
do these women so toxic? this I can't really segue into this one. Legends of the Fall actress. That's a deep cut. Legends of the Fall. Holy shit. Actress Julia Ormond, 58, sues Harvey Weinstein, Miramax, Disney, and the CAA, claiming rapist producer forced her into oral sex back in 1995 and effectively blacklisted her from Hollywood. What does that say about her? Never mind.
It says her
head game's terrible.
Yeah.
Jesus, I am going to hell.
Jesus.
British actress Julia Ormond is suing Harvey Weinstein for sexual battery in a lawsuit. Hey, if I was Lawrence Fox, I would have been cancelled a long time ago.
Not true.
So for sexual battery in a lawsuit, she describing her as yet another victim of his depravity. I mean, she could at least popped out at the same time as everybody else.
Yeah, statute of limitations.
You're a little bit late.
It's a civil case.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. Like,
there's
it's
no
not a
statute
criminal
on
case.
civil cases.
Yeah.
Along with the disgraced producer, Ormond's claim also takes aim at the CAA, the Walt Disney Company, and Miramax. We got to hit those deep fucking pockets for allegedly turning a blind eye to his behavior because he, quote, made them too much money. In the case filed Wednesday morning in New York Supreme Court, the 58-year-old claims Weinstein sexually assaulted her after a work dinner in December 1995. The Legends of the Fall star, who was earning $3.5 million per film at the peak of her career, said he lured her into giving him a massage before climbing on top of her, masturbating, and forcing her to perform oral sex. So there are the two of them in 2000. No, wait, what? They were pictured dining with Tim Robbins and yeah, okay. So this is from 2001. Right. Yeah. That's her.
Hang on. Go back up. She looks familiar.
She's the one in the pink in the picture above.
Yeah, next to Harvey. So blah, 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 blah. I guess she did kind of just disappear.
Yeah.
Huh.
Legends of the Fall is all I really I know of her, and I barely remember that.
Yeah. So,
to be fair, a lot of actors and actors drop out.
Yeah. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if he blackballed her. It's a poor choice of words.
3 huge movies. Legends of the Fall, Sabrina, and First Night. Yeah. I remember them.
Yes. Biden's dog bit and nipped White House residents' staff to the point that resident officials warned the First Lady's office Biden could face a lawsuit. Beside the Secret Service, many residents officials have been fearful of Major and Commander. Some White House resident officials have been treated by the White House medical unit after scrapes with the dogs, according to a person with knowledge of the incidents. Commander is no longer on the White House campus either, as Betsy Klein first reported. A former White House official who regularly interacted with both Commander and Major told Axios, quote, the first family and their inner circle refused to engage in any problem-solving discussion to protect the agents and executive resident staff. The same official said the ongoing disciplinary issues of the Biden dogs is in no way a Secret Service problem. The agency is just trying to protect their own agents from these animals who do have violent behaviors. A White House official pushed back, quote, the White House is chaotic and really stressful for pets. Everyone knows this and have been trying to work out how to make things better and safe for everybody. To say that they and their inner circle aren't working. Can I finish?
Yeah.
To say that their inner circle aren't working on this or refusing to engage is just not true. Today, the Daily Mail published a photo from last month of Commander nipping at Dale Haney. The White House grounds superintendent has been walking presidential dogs since Richard Nixon's Irish settler, King Timahoe. Jill Biden's comm director, Elizabeth Alexander, told Axios, we spoke
Did you say
to Dale.
director?
No, comms director. We spoke to Dale about the picture. He said Commander was being playful and there was no bite, no pressure of teeth on his skin, no mark, just some dog slobber. A White House official said of the inner circle, they've been working diligently with the Secret Service with trainers with veterinarians, with the resident staff, and others on this. They've been taking this very seriously, and for months, beside the nips and bites, Major was known to sometimes jump on and scratch antique White House doors, per a person familiar with the events in the White House. First Lady's comms director Elizabeth Alexander, Commander is not presently on the White House campus. While the next steps are evaluated, she adds the President and First Lady care deeply about the safety of those who work at the White House and those who protect them every day. The White House press secretary was asked about this at the briefing yesterday.
Screen. As someone who spends a fair amount of time in the Oval Office with the President, did you ever have a troubling encounter with Commander?
No, not at all.
So he never nipped you?
No.
Were you ever wary of being
Well, why would they? German Shepherds respect each other.
around him because of the fighting incidents that you had heard about?
Absolutely not. And I've seen Commander many times. I was never worried, and I've never been bit by Commander.
Have any of the members of your staff?
What I can say, I don't have numbers of exact numbers of any incidents with Commander. I do want to lay out something that my colleague Elizabeth Alexander over at the First Lady's office, who's our communications director, and just to be clear here, and we want to make sure that folks understand, just in case you guys didn't see her statement here, and it goes as follows: the President and the First Lady care deeply about the safety of those who work at the White House and those who protect them every day. They remain grateful for the patience and support of the U.S. Secret Service and all involved as they continue to work through solution. Commander is not presently at the White House, on the White House campus, and while next steps are evaluated. That was a statement that came out from the First Lady's office, and so I will certainly leave it there. But no, as it relates to me, I was never weary of a Commander. I've seen him many, many times, and so I can only speak for myself, though, and I can't speak to anything else outside of that.
I'm surprised. I've been bitten by a dog. If there was a dog that had bitten 11 or 12 other people, I'd be a little nervous around that dog. Why weren't you?
I mean, I'm not sure why this has to do anything with me.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because you're the press secretary. You fucking idiot.
I was just not nervous.
Just run away from a lot of
so
dogs.
that is not a concern for me. That is not something that I can't speak to anything else outside of what you have heard from the First Lady's office, and so I'll just leave it there. All right.
God. Christ.
If a dog had bit 11 or 12 people, it'd be put down.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was
By now, yeah.
mentioning.
Hey, Crystal. How you doing, girl?
No, it just got a presidential pardon.
Oh, I bet it got a presidential. Yeah. So yeah, that's both dogs now. Both dogs have been removed from the White House. I mean, this is because Trump didn't have a dog. This is all Trump's fault. If Trump had had a dog, it wouldn't have been brought up that Trump didn't have a dog, because obviously he would have had a dog. And would have been this is the first president since blah 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 to not have a dog, and Biden would have been like, I don't give a shit. Trump had a dog. Why do I need a dog? But because Trump didn't have a dog, Obama had a dog. So Biden's like, well, we better get a dog. It's fucking ridiculous. It's not like he had a dog before.
With them
he doesn't have kids.
Like
well, he does.
years ago?
Well, I was just about to say he doesn't have kids that live with him in the White House, but he does. So, like, Jesus fucking Christ, you don't need a goddamn dog. Like, there's no presidential dog. Or maybe there should be. Maybe there needs to be an official presidential dog.
It's odd tradition.
Did the Bidens have a dog
No,
before
that's
we got
the
into
thing.
office?
They didn't have a
So they
dog.
were like, let's get a dog. Let's get
Let's get two. Let's get two fucking German Shepherds and then not
make sure they're buddies.
Not take care of them, not train them. Joe Biden is rich as fuck. You telling me he can't send these dogs off to actual trainers?
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
You could probably have them.
Or get pre-trained dogs.
No, the
or,
issue is not with
puppies.
the dogs. It's with the people. So yeah, you can send the dogs to trainers all you want. If the people are not, acting in the proper way, the dogs are going to misbehave anyway.
Yeah, like
Squall Chase says, I think there
They
should be a
did-
first spider, American tarantula.
No, they just
well,
paid
well, we do know
Zelensky
that
for the
Biden's a
training.
rock spider, so
Oh, funny but fair. Airbnb renter refuses to leave LA home after 540 days as judge backs her efforts to stay in Brentwood Hills mansion. So I read the story because I was like, wait, what? So let me break it down for you. So douchebag dentist, this guy, rents out guest, he renovated the guest room in his backyard. So he had like a guest room in his backyard, added a kitchenette, added a bathroom.
So a guest house.
He turned it into a guest house. Rented it out to a woman on Airbnb. Didn't go to the city and get a license to have a short stay accommodation.
Oops.
They had a personal conflict, and he demanded she leave. She said no, and then went to the city. And because he didn't have a permit, the city's like, well, she's basically a squatter. So there's nothing we can do. And California the other month passed laws that gave renters a lot more power. So now she can't be evicted. So, and that's the story.
Oopsies.
So don't go and get the right permits. You're in California. If you like, I hate permits. I think it's stupid. I think if you want to build a fucking property and rent a property on your property, you should be allowed to do it. Property. I just needed to say property another time. But for God's sakes, like, you're in California, you choose to live there, you have to know there's a license for that. Go and get it. Don't fucking cut corners. And then you won't have weird people in your backyard.
Just don't invite.
Don't
people
live in
like that into your
California.
home.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah,
Move to Florida.
that too.
And leave your politics in California. So you
There
don't screw up Florida for the rest of us when we eventually move there.
look, there is a way to deal with squatters, and it's once they're out of the house, they're out of the house.
Yeah. Change the fucking locks.
And no. And you can't, like, can you really be charged with break and enter if it's your own property?
Yeah.
In California, probably.
Potentially, yes.
If you market it as a renting lease, essentially.
Yeah.
You
But
can't
he
just
didn't
walk
have
in.
permission to rent it out. So it's his property.
But the fact that he did, he
Well, now she's a squatter, so
yeah.
And
And
then squatters' rights take over.
Yep.
Well, once she's out of the house, she's no longer a squatter.
yeah.
Exactly.
Well, once she leaves, you chain the door shut. And stuff.
Well, I'm not sure she'd leave under her own power, but there's ways to deal with that.
People leave when buildings are on fire. Generally,
Accidents happen.
People
female-
leave when there's a snub nose shoved under your chin.
Get the fuck up. He just needs to hire some culturally enriched people to culturally enrich her. A female British Airways staff are furious over cheap uniforms designed for non-binary crew, saying the first update in 20 years is purposefully androgynous. Well, yeah, if it's for non-binary people. Let's have a look, shall we? These lovely outfits.
He's just wearing the women's version without the split.
No, it doesn't taper in.
No, it has. Yeah, it doesn't.
It
have
can't. That's the thing.
Yeah, it doesn't.
A man in a dress. Men don't have hips like that.
No,
Men
they
don't. Our waists, our shoulders go out, and then we go down into a V. If you're lucky.
Yes. Yeah, if you're lucky.
If you're lucky,
Yes.
if you're lucky,
Unlike
you
me,
go
who's
down
just-
into a V.
I'm just.
If you're not lucky, you're a square.
If you're a woman and you're not a fatty,
you get an hourglass.
you will be like a slight hourglass
Mm-hmm.
of varying amounts.
Yep.
It's almost like the hips are meant for childbirth.
I have a question.
Like it's almost like men and women are
Slanderous.
biologically different.
Slanderous talk.
I got a question. for
Is
this
he
person on the
one-legged?
right. Why are you gay?
Is he kicking? Well, no, it looks like he can't win a
What are you
kicking contest.
What are you talking about?
Explain Big Mike then.
What are you talking about, Dave?
I only see one leg.
No, he's got one leg behind the other.
So it looks like that he has one leg.
Yeah, he's got a pig leg.
No, you can see. No, it's not. You can see his second shoe. But he's standing like a woman. He's trying to do the pose, right?
What the?
His handstand by his side. He's got one foot in front of the other.
Are you gay?
Yeah, you can tell. You can just freaking hate this. Hate this so much.
God, why are you such a bigot, Tim? He's wearing flats too. He's not even wearing heels.
Pussy. She's at least got little heels on.
Yeah. God. And women in pants, you look paunchy.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. It's a romper.
I was going to say there are some pants that women can wear that.
Well, that's why they're pleated.
Accentuate, but that's.
She looks like she wants to devour your soul.
Flared loose pants are better.
These are the old uniforms.
Yeah, they look better.
So, like, look at this ridiculous shit. No, Bradley Gibbons, who is a man, non-binary, posted a picture at work in the new dress. You're non-binary. What does it matter if you wear a dress or a fucking suit, you dipshit?
I thought non-binaries were just men.
It's not truly
as per
non-binary.
the previous article.
It's true. It's not truly non-binary. It's not true. Yeah, he's wearing the women's clothing.
Ridiculous.
Those are stockings too.
If he was truly non-binary, he would have a mix of a female top and male bottom, or vice versa.
Or he'd be wearing the ladies' romper because it has pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no rules to this shit. There's no guidelines. It's all made up. It's all nonsense.
It's mental illness.
Yes. Yes, Mr. Slave.
Yes.
That's right, Jonathan.
Or extreme narcissism. Or a
Mr. Slave. God damn it. I keep going to press one and then all the chat moves.
Yes, he's a Transylvanian transvestite preacher.
From transsexual Transylvania.
Yes.
Well, speaking of transsexual Transylvania, welcome, Tim.
Hello.
Perfect segue.
Yes.
So you finished your emergency?
Yeah, I just got out of the shower and washed all the human shit off me. So
I was gonna say, is that a cat caught up a butt or something?
No, it's a sewer. Both sewer pumps on a station are out, so basically totally fucked. As soon as we can get new pumps is 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh, so people just have to shovel their own shit.
I wish it was that easy.
That sounds like a shitty situation.
Anyway, let's listen to this wonderful exchange.
I think the use of private wards would be the right way to go, and I think just
for context, so this is the health secretary is in the UK is banning trans women from female wards in NHS hospitals.
like to play the gender card here, but I think as a woman, you have an evolved instinct to be wary of men you don't know, and that's a survival instinct. It's what's kept us safe for generations.
My wife can confirm.
And I think it's very difficult for men to understand what women feel like.
I can confirm.
When they're in a situation where they're not in control and where there are men who are physically stronger in almost every single case are
facts.
There. Now, that's not to say that every trans woman or even the majority of trans women are there for malicious purposes, but the fear that you feel as a woman, and I certainly know older women feel, knowing that there could be someone who is male on their ward is very, very real. And the dignity, the loss of dignity, especially, you're in a very vulnerable position.
I know, it's in the worst position.
Looks like she's got a white Cheez-It stuck to her face, or cheese puff.
And it's some people won't be able to get out of bed. The loss of dignity is very significant, and I think that's why hospital wards are so significant.
I still haven't heard as to whether there actually
there have been, yes.
How many?
I don't know numbers, but even one.
So she's talking about sexual assaults in hospitals.
I don't know numbers, but even one is too many.
Well, I think one is probably not too many for
what? You want to say that again?
And I think that
wait, what did you say?
Maybe one is not too many.
Why hospital wards are so significant.
I still haven't heard as to whether there actually
there have been, yes.
How many?
I don't know numbers, but even one is too many.
Well, I think one is probably not too many for a radical change in policy like this. And I think that it is insulting to trans women that this should happen. And these are people who have often gone through a lot of stress in transitioning like this.
But Michael, nobody's saying that they shouldn't have care. Absolutely, they should have health care. But the important thing.
Oh yes, chat. He was just saying, well, you know, one or two rapes.
You shouldn't
that's
change
fine.
policy based on one.
You shouldn't radically change policy based on one or two rapes. Like,
Well,
fine.
we try not get arrested. In the
So
UK.
then, okay, so what is the limit? How many rapes?
I kind of agree with that, though. It's kind of annoying.
How many rapes until you get to the point where it's like, let's change
At least
it?
5. I mean,
Okay.
5 in
Boys?
a week.
We got to do percentages. That's how you
No,
got to
you've got to step it up because with Israel's attack, you've got to up the ante now.
This guy is the same kind of piece of shit who turn around and say no uterus, no say when it comes to abortion.
Yeah.
So how about no uterus, no say, motherfucker?
37 buzzes. 37 rapes
At once?
Here is to protect women's safety and dignity at the same time as protecting the.
Also, they haven't necessarily transitioned. It's at
I think
the earlier
the point you
stage, so
made
that's
about whether
important.
they'd had an operation or not might be a compromise in this policy.
And the carers issue, the right to choose a same-sex carer. I mean, if you're going through security as a man and somebody waves a wand over you or pats you down, I don't care whether it's a man or a woman. But I completely understand that a woman would not want to be patted down by a man.
And I think-
Doesn't that apply to
get
intimate
patted
care
down
in
by a
hospital as well?
Well,
what, you wouldn't want to get patted down by a woman?
No,
I'd
I wanna
only
get
want to
patted
get
down
patted down
by-
by a
yeah,
woman.
I
I
wanna
prefer
get
the
patted
women.
down by a woman.
Oh, dude, this fucking spam on Rumble. It's just like, Jim exposed 10 Hollywood pedophiles today, and your favorite actor is one of them. How do you know my favorite actor, Israel podcast?
What's going on with this guy's suit?
It's like the third fucking thing. Oh, he's a toff.
What?
He's a toff, you know, an upper crust.
It looks like
upper
he's
crust
got like a
man.
lunchbox underneath his fucking suit. What's going on there?
He cut on that suit is very.
Which guy are you talking about?
On the right.
I think he's talking about Jacob Rees-Mogg.
Not the fat guy. He's obvious. The guy on the right. What's going on?
Oh
there?
yeah, that's a
It's a double-breasted suit.
That's the thing at the back is his mic pack.
No, but
No, I think he's talking about the front of Jacob Rees-Mogg's.
the front. His jacket is so wide, so wrapped up.
It's a double. It's a double.
like two
breasted
jackets.
Suit coat. That's
like a
why.
zoot- like a zoot
It's-
suit.
It's double-breasted, so it actually crosses.
You know,
the
they
whole
made
body.
those from fat guys that got thin. That's how I got double-breasted suits. Like, oh, I don't want to get rid of my suits. Can you put more buttons on this? Yeah, dude, just wrap it tighter.
Oh, you'd be surprised how many people actually do that.
I thought you meant they actually made it out
I'm
of
serious.
fat
That's how it happened. Not joking. It's a double-breasted suit.
Oh yeah, Tombola says reminds me of the reaction to the grooming gangs victims speaking out. They should shut up for diversity. Yeah. So this guy got dragged because of course it was like,
Fuck that piece
wait,
of
what?
shit.
Rapes? Yeah, what? Excuse me. Actually, sorry, I just realized it does it backwards. So this is Lawrence Fox or Loza. He used to be on GB News, but he was fired. Did this go backwards or did it go the other way?
Fired.
So he said this on Majid Nawaz's podcast.
Is Majid Nawaz the good one?
Majid is here. So he used to be on. Majid's great.
Oh,
So,
it's Mehdi Hassan who I keep confusing.
Mehdi Hassan's a piece of shit. So
Yes.
Majid used to actually be a radical. He worked for the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt, and he would recruit jihadists. And what happened with Majid is he was arrested by the Egyptian police.
Oh shit!
And he was thrown in Egyptian prison. And he basically he spoke to all these Islamists in prison, and because of that, he was de-radicalized. So he was de-radicalized by being exposed to all these Islamists in an Egyptian
All fucking
prison.
retarded.
That's one way to go.
Well, he was exposed to them, and he saw how these people actually were. And what's it called? Amnesty International picked him up as a prisoner of conscience, and eventually they let him go, and he returned to the UK, and became like he ran an organization. He actually worked with he wrote a book with Sam Harris. What's the fucking name of the book? I can't remember right now. Someone in the chat probably knows it. But yeah, he wrote a book with Sam Harris. It was about Islam and it being, you know, the religion of peace and all that. He wrote another book called Radical, talking about, it was his life story. And he talks about how he was radicalized and then de-radicalized. And he started an organization to de-radicalize British youth called Quilliam. And for a while there, he was for ages, he was actually a host on a talkback network in the UK called LBC, which was center left.
Yeah.
I used to listen to it all the time. Martin was great. He's he's a lawyer by trade.
Okay.
He's a great arguer. Like, he will absolutely dismantle an argument and break it down. And but what happened was COVID happened, and Margie was like, these lockdowns are going to cause more. Like, he was very anti-lockdown.
Oh no,
incredibly anti-lockdown.
Yeah.
And was like, at the end of he's basically said, at the end of the day, we are going to see more deaths from we need to be wary that these lockdowns are going to cause, these lockdowns are going to destroy people's lives. They're going to destroy people's jobs. They're going to take away their ability to feed themselves, and it's going to end in people killing themselves. Like, these will have a price as well. And because of all that, and because the UK was very rah, lockdowns are fantastic, LBC fired him. So he started a podcast, and he's on Rumble and all that. So, so he does this Radical podcast. He's gone a bit fucking loopy in that he posts like I used to follow him on Twitter. It was very hard to keep following him. Yeah, Tombolo says LBC was great before it went utterly woke. Yes. They went absolutely fucking coca bananas during COVID. I just couldn't listen to them anymore. But yeah, he posted a lot of weird shit like Andrew Tate, Matrix, you know, crapping on about a Matrix and stuff like that, and it just drives me nuts. It's like, it's not that organized. But yes, he had Lawrence Fox on his show. Lawrence Fox was at GB News. Last week he was at GB News. He was fired. We didn't cover it because everybody else had covered it, and nobody really cares about GB News anyway. But essentially, in reference to a woman who had disrespected all men, basically, he surmised that, look, this woman is just horrible and disgusting and such a misogynist. Like, who would want to shag that? Like, those were his exact words. Who would want to shag that? This was an affront to fucking high society in the UK. How dare he say these things? The fucking Ofcom got 7,000 fucking complaints from 7,000 pearl clutchers who were like, oh, can you believe he said that about a woman on TV? He was stood down. The person who hosted the show was also stood down.
We're talking about Lawrence now.
Yeah, Lawrence Fox. So Loza was stood down. The Dan, who hosts the show, was stood down. The Reverend, who was also on GB News. So he was asked to come on to Dan Wooten's time slot, who was also stood down. And he said, look, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to step into a friend's shoes. That's not right. As a result, he was stood down and fired. So it was just a fucking shit show. But yes, Lawrence went on Majid Nawaz's show and said this.
Against what the WEF are trying to do, which is to completely, for our own good, turn us into bug-eating people that never travel, never have any aspiration, never have any joy in their lives, and whose minds are policed by a so-called online safety bill to stop them being able to pick up the information of the kind of thing that you are talking about, and the kind of thing that we've all been expressing a lot of concern about for a really long time, which is the right to express oneself freely. And they do this very cleverly by the idea of moving the Marxist agenda sideways and saying the Marxist agenda is no longer about cultural and socio-economic problems. It's immutable problems. So you can just look at someone and say, look, you have dark-colored skin. The darker it is, the more oppressed you are. And it works in the opposite direction, which is you have light-colored skin. It doesn't. You're fair game. So why I shaved my head.
Yeah, we can see. We obviously we appreciate the look.
Yeah, why I shaved my head was because it's like, obviously we wouldn't do something so crass at this juncture than to send people off to gulags or cancellation camps instead, because obviously we can't talk about that. But we're not miles away, are we, to deprive somebody who is, I make huge mistakes, and I'm accountable for those mistakes, and I'm happy to acknowledge them. But we're not miles away from going, if you won't shut up, we'll cancel you. And what happens if you continue to not shut up? What do we do next? We've set ourselves as a society on a path.
Bank accounts down.
Yeah, and I just find it very. I felt very optimistic for 4 years fighting this war, this cultural battle for the fact that it is the very simple Martin Luther King thing of it's what's going on in your soul. It's the meritocratic content of your soul. Of course, you've got to do a lot of things to try and lift up people who come from
God damn it wasn't
more
this.
deprived backgrounds. But ultimately, we live in a meritocratic society, and we're all created equal in the eyes of God. We all have something to offer.
That wasn't what he said. Fucking hell. I mean, he did say that, but that's not what got him into trouble. I'm just trying to find it because fucking, of course.
Who are you fucking, of course?
I posted
Cenk
the
Hugo.
link, so Cenk Hugo, yeah.
Yeah, they do good work trying to hide stuff like that.
No, it's my own fault.
Problematic.
There it is. So, Jesus, this is really loud.
Yeah, the chat stood down would be suspended.
Yeah, stood down is suspended. Stood down is suspended pending investigation. That's how they fucking roll.
You're aware of the Blade Runners. Is there any particular message that you'd like to give about the ULEZ cameras, about the Blade Runners, about what's being done there, cutting down on the cameras? It's in the press every day. The police are now looking for them. They've arrested a couple. What is your, as Reclaim, what is your stance on the Blade Runners?
Well, yeah, again, this is where Andrew gets a bit annoyed with me because he says you can't encourage criminality. But I say it's digital fly tipping. Sticking up these cameras and stuff like that, it's just digital fly tipping. It wasn't there 5 minutes ago. Why should it be there now? I encourage them to tear down every single camera there is, and I will be joining them to tear down cameras as well, because I'm one of those people that puts my money where my mouth is. So I'm pretty close with several, and I will be. Yeah, I'll be out there with my angle grinder. I had a guy the other day phone me up and say, he's a very, very wealthy guy, and he said, I want to put, I'll put 10 grand behind the counter at, several Wixes in London, and anyone who wants to go and do some removal of this digital fly tipping, wants to go and clean up their community, can go and get an angle grinder for free.
Wix is like Home Depot.
What the fuck is fly tipping?
Fly tipping is it's like when you push over cows. No, that's cow
That's
tipping.
cow tipping.
Fly tipping. Sorry, fly tipping is where you just dump garbage on the side of the road.
What? I don't understand the context. It doesn't matter. Never mind.
Illegal dumping.
The tip is what British people call the town dump. So if you send stuff to the tip, it's where they put garbage. So fly tipping is, just
as in on the fly.
Yeah,
you dump it out on the road as you basically drive
so
by.
Not taking it to the tip.
The British are not speaking English.
The British are speaking English. The Americans don't speak English.
They want to rip down these new cameras and just dump them on the
tip. They were calling me trash. Wow.
Yeah.
They want to tear down these new cameras and surveillance things and just literally just dump them on the side of the road.
For free, and it's all on me. So I would encourage mass mass removal of the surveillance state, because once it's there, you cannot remove it.
Are you interested in testing the law around this if some people get arrested?
I would be happy to be arrested myself. So, you know, I won't be, when I go out and take their cameras down, which I will be doing, I will be taking my phone with me so they know exactly where I am. Because the Blade Runners are clever. They know what they're doing. But I would happily sit there and sit in court and go, who voted for this? What's your evidence for the Outer London Clean Air Zone? What's your evidence for that? Why are you doing this? You know, I'd sit there and do it, but I do that. I've got.
Would that be relevant to the court case of you cutting down the fucking
I would.
CCT camera?
So yes, and then he.
I think what he's saying there is, how do you know that was me? What evidence do you have that was me? Oh, so you're tracking me and bringing that to the forefront.
I mean,
he's talking about the clean air zones.
Well, he's talking about the actual clean air zone. Yeah. So
he wants to make it more than what it's about.
Look how many coppers there are coming after Loza. What? No. Look how many coppers there are in my house. Look at them coming to steal everything, take everything out of my house. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the country that we live in.
So yes, the cops decided to raid his house.
Looking for angle grinders.
Well.
Morning, guys. In London's knife-ridden capital city, where a 15-year-old girl was stabbed to death with a sword, we've got 1, 2, you can show them, 1, 2, another 3 upstairs, stealing.
Can't show their faces, otherwise you get in trouble.
Intimidate me, because this is what the police are. They don't police with consent anymore. They police with fear and intimidation. That is the Stasi police force that we've got nowadays. Instead of being on the streets solving crimes like the murder of the poor 15-year-old girl, they're all over social media. But I'd take it. The ULEZ scam cameras outside of London are the outer ULEZ zone is a complete scam. There's no scientific evidence. Sadiq Khan rubbished the evidence and had it rewritten to serve his own needs. No one voted it. It's the beginning and bringing in of a surveillance state.
Are they trying to censor him as he speaks?
I have no idea what the
Is
fuck's
someone
going
fucking
on
with
there.
his microwave or something?
It's the beginning of
Like, let's cook a pie.
Of the Stasi. Stasi. Bless them. So have a lovely day. I'm going to spend my day in the clink, innit?
So yes, he was arrested.
Good thing he
arrested,
didn't say.
taken to the local cop shop, brought before a judge, and he's been charged. So yes, this Lawrence Fox has been detained and his children's electronics confiscated for voicing support of the. He's not allowed to actually say these 2 words, but it's Blade Runners. In contrast to the Met Police, just give Just Stop Oil cups of tea and let them get on with their actual criminal behavior, including literally stopping people going to hospital.
Wait, he can't actually say Blade Runners.
No, he's restrained from using the term Blade Runners and showing them any support.
Yeah, he's blacked out the image for social media.
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah.
Why,
so his bail. So he could say it, but that would breach his bail conditions, and he will.
And why is Blade Runners a no-no term?
Well, Blade Runners is what the people who cut down the ULEZ cameras, they're called Blade Runners.
Ah, gotcha.
So
he is a Blade Runner,
and because he's committed conspiracy, so it's just an absolute fucking joke. The UK is at this point. It's just an absolute.
Did he call a police officer a lesbian too?
No, he should have
a license for that conspiracy.
He should have. Before
UK's a shit police state's been that way for 20, 30 years now.
Absolutely, 100
longer than that. Yeah, it's where Australia gets its police state culture from.
Absolutely. So, the boot. We love the taste of the boot.
Mm-hmm.
So, Californians have a new senator. So, Gavin Newsom has chosen a replacement for Senator.
It's Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle, yes. Congratulations to Senator Markle. No, it's not Meghan Markle. Thank fucking Christ. So he said he'd hire a black woman. So he hired this woman, Nyla LaFonza Butler.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't find a better article about her than this one because there wasn't a lot of info.
So a descriptive last name.
Yes. So the
Butler.
funny.
Oof.
some of the funniest things about her is that she's not a resident of California.
She's a carpetbagger.
She's actually a resident of Maryland. So yes, and she's 31. As of 31 days ago, she was fucking listed as a resident of Silver Springs, Maryland. So she's registered to vote in Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
So she can't even vote for herself.
Well, she doesn't need to because she's not on the ballot. She's being appointed. Look, the only requirement is that she's a resident. She has a house in California, so she'll just transfer her residency back to California, and she gets appointed. So she's already been appointed and sworn in. So congratulations to the. But look, not to be outdone. I mean, I know Biden appointed a black woman to the Supreme Court, but Gavin Newsom has a Democratic primary to win, so he appointed the first black female lesbian senator.
Yeah,
So-
not the first black female.
No, black females have done that, been there, done that.
Yeah, no, that's not privilege
higher up
anymore.
on victim.
Well,
oppression.
yes, the progressive stack, yes. So
Yeah.
he's hired someone.
So
very
how
high
many
on
of
the
her exes has she beat?
Oh,
all of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
She heard
the
that.
guns on that bitch. She's fucking.
So-
You heard that.
So she's actually the head of Emily's List, which is a PAC that is committed to electing pro-abortion Democratic women.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, and before that she was a huge contributor to who was it again? Gavin Newsom. So so nothing to see here, folks. Just
Oh, sounds
regular
like a
old-
quid pro quo.
regular. That's how the Senate has always been. So there's a reason. There's a reason the 17th Amendment was so popular.
Do you think she'd like Kanye West?
Probably. Though not some. I'm sure she'd say I like Kanye's music, but I don't like what Kanye's done now. Matt Gaetz says he will move to oust McCarthy for working with the Democrats. Sure enough.
You know, I think he should.
Sure enough.
The yeas are 216. The nays are 210. The resolution is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table. The office of Speaker of the House of the United States House of Representatives is hereby declared vacant.
Here.
So there we go. Kevin McCarthy was fired.
Have you got McCarthy goading Gates into it?
No, I don't. I have.
McCarthy goaded Gates into it. Like he's like, oh yeah, you really should do that. And Gates responded with, I just did.
Yes. So Ilhan Omar was saw a very tasty morsel. Apparently,
she saw.
I mean,
some
granted, he's not her brother. So.
she's experimenting.
He's a white man, though.
Kevin McCarthy has said he will not be running again as Speaker. This dropkick has nominated Donald J. Trump.
He's not.
For Speaker of the House. At which point, everybody pointed out that their own party rules do not allow him to be Speaker of the House because he's under indictment.
For a felony of 2+. I suppose there's
all
at least one.
felonies,
There's at least
carry
one
a
charge
sentence
there.
at least
There'd be
two,
more than two.
So.
Right.
But they're politicians. Doesn't mean they have to follow their own rules.
Yeah, well, ironically, the first thing the Speaker could do is change the rules, but they need a Speaker to have a rule. No, the pro tem can't do that. But yes, one of his first acts as the acting Speaker, Rep. Patrick McHenry, ordered former Speaker Nancy Pelosi to vacate her Capitol hideaway office by Wednesday.
Good.
I thought that was quite funny. And Matt Gaetz and Ro Khanna are hopefully going to join forces.
There's a lot of
I think we
chaos
covered
these
this.
days on
Like,
Capitol
he's asked for
Hill.
this for a few times.
Mm.
So I like Ro Khanna. He's one of the few reasonable Democrats.
There's a lot of chaos these days on Capitol Hill, and when
I think
talk to people,
I think Ro Khanna is one of those Democrats who's like, you know what? There should probably be some rules on us to stop us from being pieces of shit.
He's a pretty bad Democrat.
Yeah, he's not a very good Democrat.
there's a lot of chaos these days on Capitol Hill, and when I talk to people, There is anger that we aren't addressing their real issues, whether it is the cost of gas, the cost of groceries, the cost of rent or buying houses, the fact that wages aren't going up as fast as they should. Kevin McCarthy simply was not able to lead. That's why he was removed. But there needs to be much broader reform to fix this place and put the American people first. First, we need to ban all PAC and lobbyist money from corrupting Washington.
Woo!
Second, we need to ban members of Congress from going and becoming lobbyists.
Woo!
Third, ban members of Congress from stock trading.
Woo!
Fourth, ban members of Congress for staying here for life, have term limits, and have term limits and ethics standards for Supreme Court justices. That's what's really going to bring
Brown man for
change
president.
in this place. And we need some provision so a small
he's gonna take your guns.
minority of 8 people, 5 people can't hold hostage the entire country demanding cuts for working class and middle class Americans for programs.
This is where you lose me.
What's his name?
Rokana.
Or R.I.P. Rokana.
Well, Matt Gaetz is like, I agree with all these reforms.
days-
So it's entirely possible that some of those reforms could not actually be done by the Congress. The Congress can't set ethics standards for the Supreme Court because that's not
Supreme
how that
Court
works.
sets
The
standards
Supreme
for the
Court
Supreme
sets
Court.
the standards for the Supreme Court. Yeah.
The Supreme Court will laugh at that.
Well, they can't. They don't have the right to
You'd have to amend
regulate the Supreme Court.
You'd have to
Yeah,
amend the
yeah,
Constitution.
they'll put it
to
through,
amend
and
the
the Supreme Court will just look at it and just laugh and just
Yeah,
throw it
they'll
into the trash
wipe their
can.
ass. Yeah, they'll wipe their
Okay,
ass.
thanks, bye. Nice
And,
paperwork.
of course, like this fucking absolutely retarded. If Trump becomes Speaker of the House chamber will be like a Trump rally every day. The
Good.
the most hilarious thing about these people is it shows how little they know about what the fucking speaker does. It's not a fucking decorative role. The speaker has a lot of responsibilities. Like, it's not an easy job to actually pass legislation. And granted, they don't do it very often, and they don't do a very good job at it. But that's because both parties are just fucking intransigent.
In fairness, Marjorie's only been the only speaker Marjorie's served under is Pelosi and McCarthy. So, but you're right. There is actually a lot of responsibility of the role. But
yeah,
at this point, it's all theater, and I don't blame the Republicans, or at least this element for embracing the chaos.
I want to point out that Matt Gaetz did exactly what Kevin McCarthy, he accused Kevin McCarthy of doing. He worked with the Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
So, because it was 8 votes plus all the Democrats that unseated McCarthy. So you don't get to fucking complain about he voted with the Democrats. Motherfucker, so did you.
Mm-hmm.
So did you. My brother in Christ. And I understand it's different, but
you still did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, apparently Jim Jordan is the favorite. It's Jim Jordan and Steve Scalise are the two front runners. It's probably going to be Jim Jordan, unless Trump's. So Trump supported Jim Jordan because Trump's like, I'm going to be if I support Jim Jordan, but if nobody wants Jim Jordan, I will volunteer to do it for 90 days, 120 days, whatever's required. Because I'm running for president.
Get him in, take out Joe and Kamala. Boom!
Well, that's
who's back, baby.
That's the trust the plan lunatic.
Yes.
So yeah, that's not going to happen. So it's probably going to be Jim Jordan. Look, I like Jim Jordan. Steve Scalise is probably just going to be more of the same. I don't think this helps Republicans. I think this hurts Republicans.
Excuse me.
And look, Matt Gaetz is running for governor of Florida, so that's all he gives a fuck about.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't give 2 shits about any of this stuff. He's fucking.
Yeah, I agree.
He's eyeing his next job. So
this is not a great strategic move for Republicans at this stage.
But anyway, so speaking of Trump,
and he shall appear.
Yes, speaking of Trump, let's talk about Trump's legal issues today or this week. So Trump can't have a jury trial since his lawyer forgot to ask for one. Gee, I wonder what he saw in this graduate of Widener University Commonwealth Law School. What's more Shakespearean than Trump finally being brought down by his own horniness? This man never stops entertaining. So there we go. Key piece of context. Justice Engeron just noted in court that nobody asked for a jury trial, which is why he'll be presiding over Trump's $250 million civil fraud case without one. And there is, of course, Mrs. What's her name? Anyway, that's his lawyer. That's one of his lawyers.
From my understanding, it's a civil case. He doesn't get like a jury.
Well, no, the statute doesn't say either way. So the default is a bench trial, but he can ask for a jury. He could have asked for a jury. They just didn't.
Well,
so,
I don't think
his
that
lawyers
would have
came
been
out and
wise
said
to do that.
They came out and disputed the fact they didn't ask for one.
well, I'm sorry, but when the judge is saying you didn't ask for one, you didn't ask for one.
Yeah, but this judge is kind of full of shit himself, so I'm not exactly going to trust what he says.
Filings are public, and there are no filings requesting a jury trial.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
and I'm sorry if you're going to complain, like, because they'll appeal it,
you have
whatever the
to put it in
decision, they'll
writing.
appeal it. They're not going to be able to appeal it on those grounds because the first thing the appellate court's going to do is look at the filings and go, we see no filings here. And honestly, I think when Trump loses, I think his best course of action would be to fire his lawyers, find appellate lawyers, and appeal to a higher court and plead
Ineffective counsel?
Ineffective counsel, and point to the fact that they didn't ask for jury trial. They didn't organize a fucking their own what's it called? They didn't organize their own valuation of Mar-a-Lago.
I don't know. I don't think that's.
Fallen says,
gonna work.
when will you eat those words, Thermo? Which words? Which words will I be eating? Maybe I'll be eating those words.
I mean, appeals are for losers, but you have a point. Like, it's.
I just want to point out he already lost.
Yeah,
he lost. This we're not arguing whether he's like whether he won or not. This is literally the penalty phase.
Yeah.
So
they've already decided that he's committed.
When he loses, well, then Fallen, I'm going to be eating no words because he's literally already lost.
Yeah.
To a corrupt judge.
He lost summary judgment.
Mm-hmm.
The judge ruled there were no facts in dispute because Trump's lawyers are fucking idiots. I was saying this with Cool Frog. Trump's biggest fucking issue is he has the worst fucking lawyers. Like, why can't he just go and hire Bob Loblaw?
His lawyers are the ones that suck his ass the most. That's how he hires his lawyers.
This is the problem.
Yeah.
Like, yes, he's already Fallen. He has already lost his case. This
Yes,
is literally the
fucking
penalty
retarded.
phase.
Yeah.
Summary judgment. He didn't show. The judge just said, "No, you committed fraud."
No, it's not that
because
he didn't show. It's
isn't that
that
what
they didn't dispute any of the material facts.
I thought that's what summary meant. Is when you
No,
when
you can
didn't
apply
show.
for summary judgment.
Oh yeah.
So at the end of it, like you can apply for summary judgment before the case and during the case. So
Okay.
if you remember back to Rittenhouse, once the prosecution presents its case, you can actually file for summary judgment. You can say, okay, they haven't presented an actual crime.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking more
Summary-
Alex Jones, where he didn't show up and got summary judgment against.
No, that's a default judgment.
Oh, okay.
And the
Yep,
default,
gotcha.
like it is like that, except Alex's default judgment came from the fact that
he didn't show or didn't provide
No,
evidence.
He
Sorry,
he allegedly didn't provide
Yeah.
enough discovery.
That's
which
right.
was bullshit. He was railroaded. No,
discovery that he couldn't actually
discovery
provide.
that there was no fucking way for him to provide.
Yeah.
He was fucking railed. Like he was absolutely railroaded. In 2 fucking cases, he was railroaded using the same fucking tactic.
Mhm.
Whereas this is either incompetent counsel. It's probably incompetent counsel. Like this because this fucking one is so retarded. Granted, Trump is probably guilty of this civil fraud statute, but it's a fucking civil fraud statute that should never have been brought in the first place.
Yeah, that alone well, no, they're not going to. They won't reverse it based on that. But
No.
yeah, like the bank doesn't have an issue with this.
No, yes, there are no victims. There is no victims.
There's literally
in this particular
no
crime.
victims in this
But again,
case.
it's a civil fraud case.
He talked up the price of his property.
In criminal fraud, you need a victim. You need someone who
There's
has
no
been
victim.
defrauded.
No one's been damaged. In fact, the bank's made money off of him because he's taken out these loans and paid them all back with interest based on a higher value of the property. So the bank.
Well, no, he borrowed money. The whole idea of valuing a property, when it comes to a bank loan, it's irrelevant. It's only relevant if you fucking default.
Yeah, that's right. And he didn't
if you default on the loan, the bank's going to come looking for the assets.
That's right. And he
so
didn't default.
The assets secure the loan.
Yeah, exactly. There's no victim. No one's been damaged here.
Well, no, Forbes is a victim. Forbes.
Forbes is a victim.
Oh,
he lied to get on our list.
Yeah. So I think, that he's been taken off the list, but I saw that the other day that's the reason he overvaluated all his properties is because he wanted to get on the.
Well, that's what Michael Cohen says, but I don't.
And I'm like,
but is it? But there's a difference.
Seriously, you think is that narcissistic that he's gonna? Well, okay, maybe, but
there's a difference between assessed and appraised, isn't there?
Well, look. So here we go. So this is the office of Dorothy Jacks, who's the Palm County Beach property appraiser. So she appraises all the properties in Palm Beach County and decides what their taxable value is worth.
Yes.
So they're appraised.
Taxable value.
Their appraised value for the purposes of taxation of county land property taxes. Property taxes is the term I'm after. So here it is, Mar-a-Lago. This is the whole thing. So there we go. So in 2023, the assessed value of Mar-a-Lago was $33,396,000, which meant that their tax was ad valorem $527,928. If we go back 10 years, 10 years? So this show 10 years assessable value. So back in 2014, it was valued at $18 million. So that is during the period of the loan. That is what the judge used. So Trump's counsel didn't fucking go and get an actual valuation. Like they didn't go and get a fucking actual real estate valuer to go, no, this house on the market would be X millions of dollars. I feel like Trump's entire plan is lose this case so that I can make statements about how I lost this case and how it's rigged and this and that. Like, what are you fucking doing? Like, just go and get a fucking assessment, like a valuation of the property. And the reason this tax valuation is so low, because make no mistake, if Mar-a-Lago did not have met certain criteria, he wouldn't be paying $500,000. He wouldn't be paying $500,000 in tax a year. If it was valued at the value that he says it is, which is like, 10 times this amount, he would be paying $10 million, $15 million, $20 million worth of property taxes every year, because the property is worth so much. But when he bought the property, as part of the sale, the county, because the Mar-a-Lago itself is like a historical site. It's from like the 1920s or something. As part of the agreement to buy the property, they said, you can't redevelop this thing. You can't. Yeah, that's right, Daisy. There was no actual box to check. I saw that going around that, you need to check. They didn't check the box. There's no actual box to check. The statute doesn't specify whether it's a jury trial or a what's it called? A bench trial. It's entirely up to the judge, and they didn't file a motion at all. They didn't ask. They just assumed. So yeah. Also, you don't actually have a right to a jury trial in civil cases. You don't have a constitutional right. Where was I? Yes, there was a covenant. So there was a covenant with the county on the property that said this can only be used as a private club.
Mm-hmm.
And Trump was fine with that because that's what Trump wanted to use the property for. Trump was like, I want to use this as a private club. I'm not going to develop it.
Yeah.
So they agreed to the sale, and Trump bought Mar-a-Lago. He did some redevelopment, cleaned it up, made it all nice, and made it pretty. And a few years later, the assessed value went up, and he went to the county and said, I don't want to be paying so much goddamn property taxes. Let's go into it's called a development agreement, a development deed. I'll sign a development deed with the county to say I will never, or I and anybody who purchases this property there'll be a development deed. That's basically an easement on the property that says nobody can use this property for anything other than a private club. And in return, the county will assess the value of the property at a lower rate and tax me at a lower rate as well. So it won't be taxed at the highest rate, which is single family dwelling. And I'll pay less tax, but I won't be able to sell it for hundreds of millions of dollars because that will carry on with it.
So if he's defrauded anyone, it's the Florida government.
Well, because he has an agreement.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. If he has defraud, if anyone's a victim, it's Florida government for not getting extra money on the $700 million worth of property he quote unquote owns.
Not really, because they have the development deed is there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Effect.
If he has defrauded anyone, it'd be Florida, not New York.
Yeah, I guess kind of, but not really. It's a weird situation because, and look, all of this is solved if he just fucking went and got a goddamn what's it called?
Assessment.
Got a goddamn assessment, like a retail assessment.
Yes, yeah.
Of the sale value of the fucking property, and submitted that as evidence that no, it's not worth $18 million. See, I didn't fraud anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then that count would be gone. The other fucking problem, which it all comes down to his ego, it's not just this property that's one of the counts. One of the other counts of fraud is he got a loan and he used his apartment in Trump Tower as collateral. Well, he said his apartment in Trump Tower is 30,000 square feet. It's not. It's 11,000 square feet.
Sounds like New York real estate to me.
Yeah. Well, no, you see, I've got very high ceilings. I've got triple vaulted ceilings. So if I put 3 floors in there that can fit, that counts. That totally counts.
Anyone here watch Louis Rossman?
Yes,
I do.
And I did see that video where he was actually documenting this. This is a common occurrence in New York. They always overvalue the square space of their
everybody
places.
overvalues. This is a process crime. Like, this is so fucking stupid.
Yeah,
this is the same. This is possibly worse than Alvin Bragg's thing, where he lied on business records. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, let's turn it into a felony. Get the fuck out.
So are you going to be doing that for all business owners, property developers in New York? No, you're just going to target that one person.
Levels.
No, they're going to realize that it's too much effort after they've prosecuted Trump for it, so they're going to give a blanket immunity after Trump's been convicted.
No, but they don't need to. That's the problem. Selective prosecution is perfectly fine. I hate this shit. This woman is a piece of shit. The New York AG is a fucking piece of shit who literally ran on, do you hate Trump? I hate Trump too. I'll get him. That should have fucking disqualified her from office immediately.
Yep.
Like,
or at least forced her to recuse herself from
yes,
the
and any judge should look at that and go, this is disgusting. I'm dismissing this. This is paper thin. This is incredibly partisan, and I'm dismissing it out of hand with prejudice. But these are New York judges these are Democratic judges in a Democratic town in a Democratic state that fucking hates Trump and always has.
Suing
Like,
for
make no
a
mistake, my
Florida
argument that
property.
yes, he broke the law has nothing to do with, like, yes, he broke the law technically, but this is a stupid fucking law, and it shouldn't fucking matter. Like, anybody else would get away with this and gets away with this on a regular basis. There is no victim here.
Like AOC. AOC is always going to be the victim.
So I fucking hate this so much. Like I've said many times, most of these cases are bullshit. The only thing he has to worry about is the Florida case. Florida case is the only one where I
The
think
federal one?
he should be absolutely worried.
Yeah, that federal one.
So, and that's probably going to get kicked till post-election anyway. And the problem is he's probably going to lose that election, and there's going to be no one there to pardon him, and he's going to be fucked. So, I think Trump's time is running out. And
Which federal ones?
this is the documents one.
Well, if the
Well, Tom Bolo says selective prosecution and unequal application of the law are civil rights violations. However, I don't see the DOJ intervening at any time. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, absolutely fucked. But yes, Damien Toll here is a Toel. Yeah, it's Toel. Is a lawyer in New York. So he says Trump saw the fraud trial not having a jury. In this case, the note of issue, the paper that gets filed and tells the court that the case is ready for trial and gets put on the trial calendar, was done by the plaintiff, the people of New York, people of the state of New York, via the Attorney General Letitia James on the 31st of July, 2023. The party filing the note of issue has the choice of deciding whether it will be a jury trial or a non-jury trial, and AG James chose a non-jury trial. At that point, Trump, the defendant, has had 15 days pursuant to CPLR 4102 to request a trial, to request a jury by filing what's called a jury demand. That did not happen. So it's not a situation where Trump's attorney checked the wrong box or didn't check a box. They were supposed to file a certain form within a certain time period and did not do so.
And it's a lawyer's job to know that.
Yes, it's a New York lawyer's job to know New York state law. So, and again, it all comes down to he has the worst fucking lawyers. Both representing him during the cases and personal attorneys actually advising him, because personal attorneys advising him would have told him with regards to if he wasn't using Tom Fitton, who, while I appreciate the work that fucking Judicial Watch does, is not a fucking lawyer. If he wasn't using Tom Fitton as a lawyer advising him on the Presidential Records Act, he might have actually fucking obeyed the subpoena and returned the fucking documents. Instead, now he's probably going to get fucked by the fucking Espionage Act. Absolutely, fucking. He doesn't have a single fucking adult in the room. I swear to fucking Christ. So. Oh, back to this website. It's a great website. I love Florida. Yes, Trump picks the wrong people more often than not. And he doesn't fire them. Ironically. I fucking love Florida so much. The sunshine laws there are so good. Who wants to find if there's any other Trump properties in Florida? Oh, let's look. Trump. Donald Jr. 494 Mariner Drive, Jupiter. Eric F. 502 Bald Eagle Drive, Jupiter.
I see we're starting the doxing
Trump,
part
Lara.
of the
They
stream.
all live. Lara Trump lives on at 502 Bald Eagle Drive, Jupiter. Rod Trump, probably not related. So I just think that's great. Like, you can see how much tax they paid on their property. Like, you see, like, public fucking record, man. Sunshine laws are the best. Florida's great. Trump associate Mike Lindell, who I'm starting to feel sorry for because he went all in on Trump. And is getting fucked by Dominion. So his law firm is attempting to sever itself from the lawsuit because Mike Lindell's company hasn't paid the bills. They owe his law firm. Sorry, his law firm is owed millions, and Mike Lindell just doesn't have it. He's broke. My Pillow's done. So
I think he's been stacking the money in secret accounts. I don't think
I would
I've
hope
seen
so.
all the red pill people.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way he doesn't have money. Like all the fucking Pasobic shilling and just
maybe, but he's not paying his lawyers. And
no.
Dominion got $700 million out of fucking Fox. So they're gonna fuck Mike Lindell too, and with Hunter Biden suing fucking Rudy Giuliani as well. Giuliani's up against the wall. So I mean,
and he won't.
We used to joke about the Trump curse. We used to joke about all Trump's enemies and all Trump's critics getting fucked by the Trump curse. Feels like Trump's allies are getting fucked by the Trump curse now. So,
and no padding.
Yeah.
By a Trump curse, you mean retribution?
As in, well, it used to be that people who fucked Trump or celebrated bad things that happened to Trump got fucked. Like Kathy Griffin with the head thing.
Kathy Griffin was fucked by time.
Tom Bolo says Lindell paid his employees first. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I like Mike Lindell. Like, he's got actually a really good story. Like, someone's going to make a movie of it one day. Stabby says the firmer the Midas touch doesn't discriminate. Like, he used to be a crackhead. Like, full on. He was a crackhead. I was reading it the other day. Like, someone's going to make a movie out of Mike Lindell's life. They absolutely will.
You know, if it keeps going this way, it's going to end the way it starts. With a needle in the arm.
Again, yeah. But yeah, no, he was a crackhead. Like, apparently his drug dealer was like, dude, Mike, you got to lay off, and cut him off, and said, I'm not selling you drugs no more, bro. And then called all the other drug dealers in the city and got them to cut him off as well. And that's how he got sober. Like, what a fucking amazing story. Like, how is that not a fucking Hallmark story?
Oh, wow. You pissed off all the drug dealers? They cut you
No,
off?
all the drug dealers are like, Mike, you're a good guy. Like, I can't see you fucking kill yourself like this, man. We're not selling you drugs no more.
That doesn't sound like drug dealers.
I know,
a
right?
really good guy. Holy shit.
Yeah, man, Mike, you're my best customer. But man, I can't see you. I like you, Mike. I like you too much. Like, I'm not selling you drugs no more. And I've called everybody in town, and they're not selling you drugs no more.
This is an intervention.
Yeah, basically. All right, so let's cover this. I will get to the Israel stuff. I'll probably go another half hour, and then we'll cut over to Rumble, and then we'll look at some bodies.
Oh, we'll get some spicy stuff going.
We'll get to the spicy stuff. So yes, Trevor Bauer of the Dodgers, LA Dodgers. I want to say, is that right? Dodgers are in LA. Fuck it, I don't play
Something like
baseball.
that.
I don't know baseball. My son played baseball, but we don't do that here. Anyway,
Next victim, star pitcher for the Dodgers. A text Lindsey Hill sent to a friend before she ever even met me. What should I steal? She asked another, in reference to visiting my house for the first time. The answer? Take his money. So how might that work? I'm going to his house Wednesday, she said. I already have my hooks in. You know how I roll. Then, after the first time we met, net worth is 51 mil, she said. Bitch, you better secure the bag, was the response. But how is she going to do that? Need daddy to choke me out, she said. Being an absolute whore to try to get in on his 51 million, read another text.
She needs the wood
Then,
chipper
after
too.
the second time we met, former Padres pitcher Jacob Nix told her, you got to get this bag. I'll give you 50,000, Lindsay replied. Her AA sponsor asked her at one point, do you feel a tiny bit guilty? Not really, she replied. Since then, her legal team has approached me multiple times about coming to a financial settlement. But as I have done since day one, I refuse to pay her even a single cent. In August of 2021, Lindsey Hill's claims were heard in court. And during those legal proceedings, critical information was deliberately and unlawfully concealed from me and my legal team. Information like this video, which was taken by Lindsey Hill herself the morning after she claimed she was brutally attacked, emotionally traumatized, and desperate to get away from me. And now we have the metadata, so there can be no dispute. It was taken mere minutes before she left my house on the morning of May 16th, 2021, without my knowledge or consent, of course. In it, you can see her lying in bed next to me while I'm sleeping, smirking at the camera without a care in the world, or any marks on her face. I think it paints a pretty clear picture of what actually happened the evening of May 15th and why the video was originally concealed from us. After hearing the evidence available to her, Judge Diana Gold-Saltman found that Lindsay Hill had misled the court. She found her claims to be materially misleading. She denied her request for a domestic violence restraining order, and she found that no sexual assault or non-consensual conduct took place. Now, some of you might not know about restraining order hearings. I know I didn't, but I've since learned that it's extremely rare for a request for a restraining order to be denied because the standard of proof that you need to obtain one is extremely low. So you can make of that what you will. The fact is, I was never arrested. I was never charged with a crime, and I won the only legal proceeding that took place without my side of the story even being heard. And most importantly, as I've said from day one, I never sexually assaulted Lindsay Hill, or anyone else for that matter. So I sued her, which prompted her to countersue me. Quite frankly, regardless of the outcome in court, I've paid significantly more in legal fees than Lindsay Hill could ever pay me in her entire life. And I knew that would be the case going in. But the lawsuit was never about the money for me. It was the only way for me to obtain critical information to clear my name. The discovery process in that lawsuit recently concluded, at which point Lindsay Hill's legal team again came to us with another proposal to resolve the case. This time, however, they weren't seeking any money from me. Having received much of the information that had been hidden from us, a small portion of which I've referenced here, I was willing to agree to the terms proposed. Both parties would drop their respective lawsuits, and neither of us would pay either side any money. I also retained my right to speak publicly about the case, something I have not been at liberty to do since June of 2021. So, as of today, both lawsuits have been settled. Now, over the last 2 years, I've been forced to defend my integrity and my reputation in a very public setting. But hopefully this is the last time I have to do so, as I'd prefer to just remain focused on doing my job, winning baseball games and entertaining fans around the world. So today, I'm happy to be moving on with my life. Next.
So yes, he got absolutely fucked.
Yep.
Clearly didn't do a good enough job on her.
But yes, of course, well, the media, of course, former Dodgers pitcher Trevor Bauer and accused settle civil lawsuit against each other. So
you can't win.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
So he's
But
still
she's
fired.
won
He's
the
still
rape game.
fired. He's still fired. So MLB still fired him. So he got fucked in court because of one of the charges he brought, like one of the counts he brought was like tortious interference with a contract. And because he brought tortious interference, they went to the MLB and demanded their investigatory documents. Because apparently there were other women who came forward and made allegations, but they declined to be deposed in the suit, and they declined to file charges or do anything. I'm like, look, I appreciate that it's hard for women to come forward and all that stuff, but I mean, unless you're willing to fucking go to the police or file a civil case and follow it through, shut the fuck up. Like, seriously. I cannot fucking countenance this shit, man.
You do more harm than good when you do that,
because you make like women who will follow through, you make them look like money grubbers.
Yeah, you make them less credible.
Every time one of these things happens, women become less and less credible. And all that it hurts is the actual fucking accusers. So, let's do some Aussie news. Okay. I don't know if there was anything extra on this. God, this is just like a 4-minute Sputnik video. Man, I don't like the Aussie Cossack. I think he's a dropkick. Nobody should spit on people, though. Anyway. Nathan Cleary backs the Indigenous voice to Parliament as Penrith Panthers stars in video. Penrith Panthers player stars in video on Anthony Albanese Instagram.
Yeah, real Indigenous.
Wow, look at his face.
No voice, no choice. Come on, Australia, vote yes.
Fuck off.
I don't think he is actually. I don't think he's Indigenous anyway.
No,
I don't think
looks like he got hit in the face with an axe.
Well, he's a rugby league player, so yes is the answer to that.
Yeah,
he's probably been dropped on his head many, many times.
Like imagine NRL, imagine NFL being played without pads.
Yeah, I know what rugby
helmets.
is.
Yeah. So yes, and that's right, Costy. It's less than a week. This time next week we'll have an answer.
On Saturday, you guys.
Well, we may have an answer. The AEC's like, it may take 6 weeks or so.
Might need
wait
to
till the votes come in.
To figure
the
it
extra
out.
votes, eh?
Well, and never mind that. Like, it's a yes/no referendum. Like, what? I understand the Senate takes a while because you have to see
a
who
lot
can
of
get to a
boxes.
quota, and there's a lot of boxes, and there's a lot of calculations that need to happen to do quota distributions. And I've watched it happen like live in the AEC forums.
On the telly?
No, the Senate takes ages because you've got to distribute preferences in weird ways. And you got to do preference calculations and preference flows many times over.
And you got above the line and below the line voting.
This is what ranked
very
choice voting
complicated.
gets you.
It's very complicated.
Yeah.
But yeah, below the line, most electorates are done by that day. Like most electorates, that day. Some electorates that are very close, that are within 200-300 votes, they go back and forwards over a few days as the ballots come in, like from mailing ballots from overseas and stuff.
Yeah.
But they're supposed to be in by the election day. But yeah, a referendum, it's up, down, yes, no. Like it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is the yes pile. This is the no pile.
Don't forget,
I should know every electorate because it's done by electorate as well.
Yeah,
it's counted by electorate.
Yeah.
I should know every electorate by the end of the fucking night.
Yeah, remember you can tick it, but not an X. You can put a tick.
Yeah, tick, but not an X, or Y,
Yeah.
but not a no. Like,
Except the instructions literally say yes, YES, or no, NO. Doesn't give you any option for others. There's no other acceptable options by the wording of the form. People have posted pictures of their postal votes online, so we already know what the ballot looks like. So there is no actual legal instruction or permission for you to write X or tick or Y or N. It is quote YES or quote NO. But the government is saying, no, you can tick, but you can't put an X. Right? It's nonsense.
They're changing it up midway through.
Basically, they're saying they're going to bend the rules. Basically,
yeah.
Speaking of bending the rules, this is not. You are not supposed to do this. This is very much against the law in Australia. The AEC has very specific colours.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Australian Electoral Commission.
Okay, so what is happening here? I saw this and I didn't understand.
So what's happening here is this sign in the middle that says voting centre. This is a sign from the Australian Electoral Commission. These are the guys who organise federal elections, and you cannot use their colours. If you use their colours, it confuses voters because it makes it look like the
government
Electoral Commission is endorsing a side. It's a huge no. Like you get absolutely fucking bollocked for this stuff. Like it's really not allowed. They fucking hate it when you do it, and they immediately, like when people know it, it's like we were first alerted to these signs today. We've contacted the Yes campaign and pointed out the potential for confusion. Read the source, where predominantly color purple is used for non-AEC signs in close proximity to ours. They've acknowledged it. They've said they're sorry. They're going to remove the signs. They're going to change their color. But the last time this happened was the Liberal Party tried this bullshit.
It was the right center, right. So both sides have done
the Conservative Party.
Yes, both sides have done this before.
They pulled this shit.
Uh-huh.
They pulled this signage. So next to the polling place in AEC purple, the sign. Where's what it actually said? Because I don't read Mandarin yet.
Waiting for the forced.
I haven't gone to the
education.
Haven't gone to the re-education camp yet.
Leholingwa.
Tosho no hotolingawa.
Bing
She wong no wa.
Yeah, some
say.
Horrible.
I will get out. I'll have to get out my phone and do the translate thing. Hang on.
I hate all languages that use inflection as like requirements in how they speak. Like that fucking bugs the shit out of me. Oh God!
So there was a.
What's that? What's that? Buffalo, 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 buffalo.
Oh no, that's a whole different.
Like, how do they whisper though? Like, how do they
that's
whisper?
a complete sentence, and everything means a separately different word.
Yes, but they're all the same fucking word,
just with a different intonation. Yep.
I
hate that shit. I'd be completely fucked if that was the case. That's why.
I just learned how to say please, thank you, and fuck you. That's it.
So that sign above in Chinese says correct way to vote.
Yes.
On the green ballot, write ballot paper, write 1 next to the Liberal candidate, and fill in the numbers from small to large in the other boxes.
It's how to vote instructions. Yes.
So it's literally how to vote for the Liberal candidate in Chinese.
Yes.
This was in a predominantly Chinese electorate, like the Melbourne seat of Chisholm. This was very fucking shonky, and they got fucking
Chinism.
dragged in court over it as well.
Mm.
And it almost had it almost triggered a recount, but the margin of victory was so big for the other side that it didn't actually count, so they didn't bother. So yeah, but that's next weekend. So I won't do a special, like, 'cause it's counting yes or no votes. So who gives a fuck? And it's probably going to lose anyway. But yeah, we'll cover it on the show next week.
Yeah.
And of course, Ray Martin, who used to be a national treasure, has said that basically if you're either a dickhead or a dinosaur if you vote no. So
read more. Noel Pearson, schools,
How
Neil
about
Mitchell
both?
in
I
voice
think
chat.
you are a dinosaur, Ray Martin. Get the fuck out.
Fuck Ray Martin.
Yeah.
Who's Ray Martin? What's his face look like?
So Ray Martin used to be the host of 60 Minutes in Australia.
Okay, don't care.
Our version of 60 Minutes. There he is. There. So,
Yeah, don't know him. Don't care.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Not Mel Gibson. Don't know him.
Fair.
Sorry, Victorians. You get a new tax
For empty land.
So you get a vacant residential land tax. But
Yeah,
it's
so
not.
we're
No,
just
it's
taxing
not
the
just empty
Chinese
land.
people.
It's not just empty land. It's
So
residential
empty
properties
empty property.
that
Sorry.
don't have tenants. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, so you have to fill them.
So you either have someone living there or you pay tax. You pay tax.
You pay me now.
You pay me.
There's actually-
you pay me now.
This, for the most part, this actually targets the Chinese.
I was gonna say,
landowners
actually
I-
that pretty much purchase the property to hold on to it.
I think yeah.
So they can
I
have
think if you are
property
land
outside
banking
of
or if you
Chinese.
are using a property, like if you're renting out a property and not actually renting it out,
Yeah.
I think it's all right.
I kind of agree with the premise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's
I'm not
that-
usually. I hate tax, and land
Yeah.
tax is evil. But
basically
Government
preacher,
rent.
yes. Yeah. Basically, preacher. That's
Basically,
it.
yeah.
land tax is an affront to land ownership.
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
But we
If
have a
I
lot
have
of-
to,
yeah.
if I own a piece of land, I either own it or I don't.
You rent it from
and
the government.
Land tax.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, we're renting it from the government.
Yeah.
But
Mental
you can
health.
take that land elsewhere, though.
Yeah, yeah, I can. I just get my gun and plant a flag and say, I'm
Microstates.
Thermoland now.
We will microstates will become the norm.
Welcome to Thermoland. Get the fuck off my property. Get the fuck out of my country. Hippity hoppity, get the fuck out of my country. Mental health disorders in young Australians surged by 47% over 15 years. New
I
data
wonder
shows.
why.
40% of 16 to 24-year-olds reported experiencing a mental health disorder between 2020 and 2022.
Oh no!
Many more people are
It's all that
seeking help
urine.
for mental health compared to 2007. Members of the
Just cut
LGBT
yourself like a man.
Members of the LGBTQI plus community reported much higher rates of mental health disorders.
Let me guess. The ABC blames. white
Just
supremacy.
rope yourself like a man.
Let's.
Social phobia. Wow, that's really high.
I
on
should have
there.
covered this in the last section, but yeah.
Well, a disgusting and concerning video has been sent to Senator Lydia Thorpe from a Nazi terrorist organisation, threatening her and burning the Aboriginal flag.
I just want to clarify. When they say was sent to her, she was tagged on Twitter.
That's not sent.
That's yeah.
This is a message from the lawyers under persistence, the Australian government, and Senator Lydia Thorpe.
Now, we're not going to show you the rest of the video because it is obviously absolutely appalling. Home Affairs.
No, you should show the rest
Hang
of the
on,
video.
hang on. Officer,
What happened in the
hand
rest of the
down
video?
your vocoder, okay?
Yeah.
Well, no.
That smells very.
Well,
gooey.
actually, Baldo, you think it's a Fed? It's not. It is actually a white nationalist.
So fair.
No, it's an actual white nationalist. I went looking for the original video, and I found the guy. I didn't find the original video, but I found a podcast called "The Racer Decides," which is apparently a white supremacist podcast. I didn't know they actually existed.
That's outside
But
the Chaser.
fuck you. Yeah, it is meant to be the Chaser, the ripoff of the Chaser Decides. But fuck you guys. We've got more subs. They've only got 14 subs.
Oh shit! Get fucked, Nazis.
So we're a bigger show than them.
But this is kind of like the point of all this, though. Like, these are the people they're so terrified of. Like they're nobodies.
Yes,
they're all
This is
nobodies.
national-
They barely exist.
This was on Today's Show, right? So this was televised nationally.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so they're using this
They gave them-
14 sub dumb cunt makes a stupid video because he thought for the lols, and they're using that to bolster their argument for the yes vote. That's what they're doing.
Well, Lydia Thorpe is a
More or
no
less.
voter.
Well, yeah, she's a no voter, but yeah, but the narrative around it is that
That if you vote no, you're
this
racist like these.
Well, look,
cunts.
in like I tweeted this like the day before this shit came out. I said my prediction on the no vote wins. So Thermo says, my prediction if the no vote wins, the press will push hard that this is social media's fault. The government will blame disinformation. Both will call for more regulation on social media. All Australians will end up less free as a result.
Mm-hmm.
My prediction if the yes vote wins, the press will warn that social media almost defeated it. The government will talk up mis/disinformation. Both will call for more regulation on social media. All Australians will end up less free as a result.
Didn't the Prime Minister say that even if there was a no vote, they'd pass it anyway?
They'd look into just doing it anyway. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it sounds
Look,
like
if that's
someone.
that's my preference. My preference is you just do that. Just do it. I don't give a fuck. If you want to try a voice to Parliament, go for it. Go for it. If you got the votes in Parliament, go for it.
Yeah.
That's how our system works. If the fucking people in Canberra want to try that shit out, there's nothing I can do to stop them.
Like
Legally.
a carbon tax.
Well, there is
Legally.
but
There's nothing I can legally do to stop them. So I mean, that's just how that shit works. But yes, I listened to the podcast and he talks about, oh yeah, I made this video. Yeah, we burned they burned an Aboriginal flag. He said the AFP found him and spoke to him, and he's been charged with use of a carriage service to menace or intimidate. And he's like, do you really think like my video actually intimidated that woman? He's like, no, nothing intimidates that woman. And he said also they're mischaracterizing it. Her name never left his lips. There was, however, apparently, and I'm quoting, there was a poster in the video behind him that said, quote, Lydia Thorpe is an abo whore, which is
not wrong.
Look.
Can we go back?
That's not a nice look. That's not nice. I don't think she's a prostitute in any way. Lydia Thorpe is a politician who pushes her own agenda aggressively. She's a weirdo. I think she's a fantasist. I think she
So she's AOC.
Yeah. She
She's
uses
very
that
much
kind of
our
outrage
AOC,
stuff. Yeah. I think so.
And if the voice gets voted yes, she would basically lose profit.
Well, no, her thing is about the voice is she wants treaty.
The voice doesn't go far
She wants
enough.
a treaty first, so
yeah.
she doesn't want this voice bullshit. She wants a treaty
Because I think her concern is that once the voice gets in, everyone will be like, "See, that's all the Aboriginals need. It's all good. We don't have to do anything more." And she's like, "No, they need much more than that." It's where she's coming from, so she doesn't want the voice.
More gasoline.
It'll stagnate at
Interestingly enough, too, the guy who was talking said, "I posted this on Twitter 2 weeks ago." So he posted it on Twitter 2 weeks ago and tagged Lydia Thorpe publicly, and just now we're getting the news story about how this is horrible, this is terrible. Like, how could this possibly happen?
I wonder why.
And then
they did it just
also,
now.
at the same time, we get her statement. So this is her statement, which honestly, like sometimes when she says stuff, I'm just like, this is fucking great. Like, she has no problem using the F word. Like,
oh yeah. In her government role, she'll just drop bombs everywhere.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Didn't she
That's how
drunkenly
Aussies
fight
speak,
someone
man.
the other
She
week?
dropped the fucking C bomb, the F bomb, all of it.
Yeah, she was out drunk and telling
Yeah, she's calling people like small dicks and shit.
Yeah, white cunts with white dicks,
Melbourne, where
white dogs.
Independent Senator Lydia Thorpe is about to speak about a video released.
Keep in mind, this was
online
2 weeks
naming
ago
her.
that the video was actually sent out.
Well, this is what you wanted. You wanted to shut me down.
It's got the talking sticks there too.
Behind us
Linda Hamilton?
is where
Lydia
it all
Thorpe.
began in 1901.
She was in Terminator, I'm sure of it.
Constitution.
Linda Hamilton looks a bit better than her.
It's caused nothing
Better tits on Senator Thorpe, though.
pain and
I was going to say.
for my people in this country.
Couldn't remember, though.
No, she sounds like Harris now.
Yeah, mix
She's
of
way more coherent.
Yeah, a mix of AOC and Harris.
Genocide against my people.
Oh, there it is.
And the Prime Minister knows exactly what he's doing. He wants the fucking fascists to come out and get me. That's what he wants.
I would also like to point out that the man has already been arrested and charged.
Because
Look what happens when you have cultural dichotomy. From what?
You're not a sovereign.
You're not
woman.
black.
Yeah, that too.
She identifies as black.
Yeah, so do I. I'm black.
No shit. Protect yourself.
Nobody can love.
Protect yourself, you stupid skank.
Video was released online on X, formerly known as
Shame if she didn't have a handgun to protect herself or something like that.
Can't have any of that.
burned the Aboriginal
Well,
flag and also made
she's
the
a woman,
Nazi
and
salute
women
there.
don't
So
want
she is responding to
men's
that
help
there.
anymore.
Women don't want men's help, and women actually don't want
She
to earn
said
anything
there
to
as
protect
it is
themselves.
heard
They're
that this
again, we're
referendum
all
is
Australian,
like
right?
genocide against
It's
my
not a thing.
people. They
That sounds like America too.
Yeah.
Let me find the.
Don't be a bigot. You're supposed to protect women.
Nah.
Protect
It's all
yourself.
gone now.
So these are the neo-Nazis. One of the so the guy on the far left.
Is that
far right.
Synthol? I'm confused.
What Synthol? What?
He's probably on roids.
He looks a little too rounded.
Well, this guy is Jimoan Roberts.
That's Cecil. I'm
Neil
sure.
Erickson and Stefan Eraculus. So he's a Greek, a second generation Greek Greek Australian. He's the guy who made the video.
Yeah. Well, we can see the guy has the white sun on his shoulder, so black sun.
The black
whatever.
sun, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's also got a swastika there.
Yeah.
But yeah, swastika, yes. But yes, Stefan is the one who has been arrested. He's a Greek white supremacist.
Oh, so a non-white white supremacist.
Yeah, but this is.
Why they gotta
this
take
is
all
him
the
there.
cool symbols and ruin them?
I know, right?
Yeah.
It fucking sucks.
Black Sun's a really cool looking symbol. It's just now they've fucking ruined it.
But yes, that's who sent the video. So. Shot I thought was interesting. Apparently, Coles and Woolworths struck yesterday. I didn't even notice. I was at Woolworths around about 10 yesterday. I didn't notice anything. So
It's only for the unionized
wasn't even paying
workers.
attention.
And this was the other bit for the voice. Like I said, this is the voice of Parliament is linked to a UN takeover. See, look, we need to censor the internet. So
Government broadcaster, everybody.
Tim Baldo, you guys cannot comment on this.
Why not?
Because you're in Queensland and there is
No,
a
I'm not.
gag order, but you're not in Queensland?
Okay. Gotcha.
The identity of a high-profile man accused of Toowoomba rape to remain a secret after new interim order.
No, his name's Jeff
Is he
Briggs.
Aboriginal?
What? Isn't that his name's not actually Jeff Briggs?
No, I'm joking.
I do know his name though, and being that I'm not in Queensland, I'm not subject to this particular gag order. And
Neither am I, because I'm not in Queensland.
Oh, well, there you go. It's actually someone you may have heard before. It's Bruce Learman.
Oh,
Who?
shit.
The alleged rapist of Brittany Higgins.
Who?
Oh,
Wait, the
Who?
one that
Oh,
with
so this
the
is a-
Americans won't remember.
So the man who allegedly raped Brittany Higgins in Parliament House.
the one that they did
In
a
the
mistrial
Parliament?
because some retard did.
Yeah,
some
we
dumb
covered this.
shit.
We covered this ages ago.
Yeah.
But yes, they refute. They
Don't you
how
know?
ages ago? Probably 5-6 months ago, earlier in the year.
Yeah, Sean, this was a local court order on
yeah.
media in Australia.
Yeah, it's a state court order.
State-
Yeah, we don't have freedom of the, we don't have a First Amendment,
Yeah.
so courts can gag. No, we don't live in a democracy.
Population.
They don't.
Good thing we're not media.
Yeah. But yeah, well, no, I'm a member of the press.
We're
but
kind of
I'm in-
media
I'm
at
in New
this
South
point.
Wales. Your order does not apply to me yet. The man accused
I
is
want to see
Bruce
your
Learman.
license, Thermo. I want to see your license.
Okay, so hang on. So the court put a gag order on identifying the person.
Yes,
Yep,
the court issued an interim
What's
order.
his name again?
Bruce Learman.
Bruce Learman.
You guys
Bruce
can say it, I
Learman
can't.
allegedly raped some cunt.
Again.
a woman
Again.
in Toowoomba. Yes.
Yeah,
Allegedly raped a
You know what's amazing?
Another woman.
What a shame.
According to I don't know this is for a fact, but according to the scuttlebutt I saw on Reddit, people discussing the actual crime, this took place after he had been accused.
Yeah.
So after he had been accused, he fucked off to Sydney and checked himself into a nut house, because that's the best way to hide from stuff. If you need to hide from the media, go hide in a nut house. Oh, the media scrutiny has impacted my mental health, and I'm suicidal. I need to check into a facility, and no one can get to me now. No, the media can't call me. They can't visit me. They can't even talk about my name. Everything has to be like secure and stuff like that.
Sounds
And the
like a
media's gotta have
female
special-
cope strategy.
Oh, it's definitely a strategy of cope. It's very effective. And then apparently he went back home. So his family's from Toowoomba. He went to Toowoomba High or whatever. He picked a woman up on a date, and allegedly they had consensual sex. And then while she was asleep, he allegedly sexually assaulted her. And then she woke up. They did some cocaine, and she fell asleep again, and he sexually assaulted her again. And then the next morning,
Is that how that works?
Yeah, that sounds like a consensual encounter.
Well, if you're asleep, you can't actually consent.
Well,
Yeah, but
Well, the interesting part is he lied about who he was.
And
So he gave a fake
He
name.
say he's Billy Idol.
so
Well,
who cares?
I don't know.
Like, does that constitute rape? Hi, my name.
Queensland it does.
Really?
Well, I
Really?
think the having sex with someone while she's asleep does.
Yeah, but you can give post-coital consent.
Well, I don't know. Look,
What about Hey,
I'm not a
she-
Queensland judge, so
She had cocaine with him after
yeah, when she woke up.
when she woke up and had cocaine with him, right? So she either knew and was okay with it, which means she gave consent, or she didn't know at the time.
Or he just happened to be that bad and had that small of a penis.
So it sounds like
He ran out of coke, is what the problem is. That's what happened here.
it sounds
He
like
fucking ran out.
post-sex regret. from that description, there could be other evidence. that I'm
Candy
not-
says, if you're in a romantic relationship and you get woken up with your donga in a girl's pipe hole, does that mean she raped you before you woke up? Yes.
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 That is technically rape.
You got to call it first, though. Otherwise, you're going to get called for it. So it's like dibs. Like, you got to fucking... I got raped! And then she'll be like, no, I got raped. No, I called it first. I was
Again,
raped.
I'm saying I have no information about the actual court case. This is just scuttlebutt. So take it with a grain of salt. That's the actual information around the case. But who knows? So I just think it's funny that he was accused of rape, went back home to hide from the press, and then decided to have a hookup.
No, it sounds like she. Well, yeah, fair enough. And then she found out who he was and was like, "Oh my god, he must have raped me."
So yeah, Thermo does not have insider information. Thermo has an inquisitive mind and goes and finds information. I don't like it. I don't like it when there's when it's like, oh, the judge issued a gag order, because Queensland literally just passed laws to say no, we don't protect the identities of rapists anymore, of accused rapists, because for some reason in Queensland that was the only case where that happens. If you kill a bunch of kids, we'll reveal your name on the news. If you rape a bunch of kids, however, we're going to keep your identity a secret.
What if both?
What if you kill and rape them? Well, then they'll keep your identity a secret. So I guess that's the key.
There's not a global conspiracy? No, nothing? Weird. Okay.
Australia's future is Asian. Chinese buyers splashed $3.4 billion on Australian property. $1 billion rise in the past financial year.
Hence, I was mentioning
sorry,
Chinese
Tim.
purchasing Melbourne property.
Sorry, Tim.
And just leaving them vacant.
Why?
Yeah, so you're never going to own a home. No, Tim, not Tim.
Oh, Tim. Oh, I'm sorry. Where's Tim, man?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Tim.
Have you died? He's dead.
No, I'm here. I've been silent.
He's
crying in the
he's
corner.
quietly crying.
Crying in the corner.
No,
He's doing
he's
some
looking
very
up
important
the
video
Ladyboy
gaming.
hooker
He was in the corner with
in
the gag in
Thailand
his
for
mouth.
next week.
I now no longer identify as in a different state.
No, this time next week I'll be in Bangkok. Yeah.
Just don't go sideways through the turnstile.
They're pretty
Tell
wide
us how it goes, though.
I've googled.
I'm gonna need some
I've
tips.
googled the train stations and all that. They're pretty wide turnstiles. I'll be fine.
You gonna hang out with Mao or what?
Well, see, when
I
he's
can hook
in
you guys
Bangkok,
up.
No,
when
I'd
he's in
rather not.
Bangkok, he'll have a different gag in his mouth for a different reason.
Exactly.
No, I'm gonna stuff my face full of food.
He'll have a
Dick.
ball gag order.
Crickets.
No, it's going to be a dick and balls.
Anyway, I think it's time. I think it's time to talk about.
Tell me how much a fucking Thai woman costs, though, to buy. Like, how much are they?
Yeah,
You mean
you mean a real Thai woman or a quote?
No, you don't have to tell. Just DM me.
Thai
Just
woman.
DM me.
What do you mean buy? Do you mean for the night or as a wife?
No, permanently,
I have
forever.
no fucking clue.
Well, you'll find out. Let me know. I need to know.
Yeah, you know what? Me too. Let me know.
Okay, let me Google.
Jesus, Jonathan.
While you're there, just ask
I'm
around.
sure you
Just
can
do
look-
some research
I'm
for
sure
us.
I'm sure you guys could look up mail order wise or some shit like that. I have no clue.
Yeah, those are tough. You gotta talk to them and shit.
I'm not taking a lot of money.
The
over to
pre-stream's
Thailand.
going to have all Thai wives now.
No, I'm not
There we
taking
go.
a lot of money over to Thailand because I'm trying to save that for LA and stuff, and to pay off my fucking
Why?
car,
You're
and
gonna
pay
get
off-
robbed
and
and then
pay off my
you have to
fucking
fight
car.
homeless people. Oh, it's gonna be
Well, in
gross.
case I have to go to in case I get stabbed, I have to go to the fucking medical. You know.
No, what he's going to do
Well,
is
see,
go
that's
look
it's
up
for
all
his.
the
It's
homeless.
You're
for
not booking it on a
change,
credit
so-
card. Like
When you're in America, you just
I paid-
die
I
when you get
paid-
stabbed.
I
You
paid-
don't
I
go-
paid-
you don't go to hospital.
I paid for my trips. I paid all my trips in cash. And I'm just
Uh-oh.
trying to keep some money in case something goes wrong in America. I'm not worried
Travel-
about
I hear the Thai girls like that too.
I've
when
got,
you're
I've got
paying
insurance.
cash.
I've got travel insurance, but I don't want to get fucking stabbed in LA and have to go to the fucking
Yeah,
clinic and
when
have
you
to
get
pay.
stabbed,
pay
you
Don't
shit.
make
just
eye
take
contact in
all
LA.
the
Don't make eye
sack of
contact.
cash.
Why are you going to LA?
For
Is it a
training.
work thing or?
For jiu-jitsu. Yeah,
training.
it is technically a work thing. I'm going there as an instructor. So,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Hey,
The annual
you know
the annual
who else
instructor
was a victim
instructor
that
training
brought
conference.
A whole bunch of cash with them.
So I'm going there to help
Parties
train more
and these
teachers.
exes
Yeah.
And
But-
victims.
I think it's time to talk about Israel, which means it's time to
cut over.
Wait, hang on.
boy.
Hang on.
Oh,
Is Samo
boy.
going to use the infidel outro to talk about Israel?
I am going to use the infidel outro to cut us over
Nice.
to Rumble because I always do that.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean we're pro Palestine?
No, because I'm drawing Muhammad, so they would definitely not approve. So yes,
We're all set to be beheaded.
no, we're not there yet, Ryu. Turn the boobs off. No, it's fine. Leave the boobs on. So yes, thank you everybody. We're going to go over Rumble. We're going to stop streaming on YouTube because YouTube is faggot. Because there's some images I can't show on YouTube. It's
I'm
There's some-
just
bad.
trying
It's
to
bad.
Don't worry, I have some.
loosen it
I've
for ya.
specifically put aside a couple of good news stories.
Oh,
this
that's nice.
time just to fill in the
Cam,
gaps, and I
what
got a
do you
whole
think of
section of
those?
hilarious news called consequences. So that's going to be quite funny, and I've still got a bit of the random stuff to go to. So yeah, she was like, "Prove you can't show it." Yeah, no. I think YouTube has issues with bodies, naked bodies, and corpses,
And blood.
and blood. Yeah, I know they definitely have to. Yeah. Stabby says, "I'm sure it's fine to show. Let's test it out." No, we're not.
I believe Crowder got hit because he showed a stabbing in Queensland.
Yes, so did
Yep.
Nick.
Yeah, Nick
That's
got hit as well.
That's
Yeah.
actually good. Yeah, they both showed the Fortitude Valley stabbing.
Yeah. So thank you guys. The link to Rumble is in the description, or just go to rumble.theprestream.com. We'll take you straight to whatever the latest episode is, or if we're streaming right now, it'll take you straight to the show. So I'm going to hit the.
We got 42 on Rumble.
Damn.
42. Also,
You know what
probably
the answer
11.
to life is?
So I can. All right, I'll link the.
I love how Rumble makes us feel good inside, but it's almost certainly a lie.
Full of lies. It's full of lies.
So if
You have 3,000 people watching.
So yes,
I'm not
if
sure.
you go to that link, it will take you straight to the stream.
Yes, click the link.
Yes, YouTube is faggot. Yes. So yes, we'll see you over there as well. So if you don't want to go to Rumble, I completely understand if you're watching on a TV or something. Yeah.
They don't have Rumble apps on TVs anymore?
Not all TVs.
What about like the browser? Never mind. Sorry.
If you've got a Fire TV device, then you can get Rumble on that. Yeah. So yeah, if you don't want to follow us, that's fine. I understand. I won't be totally offended. And we'll see you next week with I guess the voice update, and probably more on Israel because this shit's gonna keep going.
It's gonna get wild.